to be fair. But yeah, so.
Hang on, tell me the line-up in a minute, man. I haven't seen it yet.
I reckon you'll kill him, Kev.
Right, so I've got not many changes, not many surprises. So you got De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Harry Maguire, Alex Telles, Pogba, Matic sitting there in the midfield, and you got Greenwood on the right, Fernandes just in front, and you got Rashford on the left, and Cavani up front. So
yeah, not bad lineup that.
No, it's all right. I mean, I'm quite pleased. Like Cavani, I think we're not all noticing it now. We're all saying, "Oh, picking that, picking this." I think we just got to get used to it's a bit of rotation, isn't it? There's a lot of games going on, so So no, it should be all right. Just about to kick off, but yeah,
they always come strong in the second half as well, don't they, Wolves?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Wolves.
So do you, to be fair.
Yeah, they've got Wolves have got some really players on there. I mean, Traore. Ahmad Traore, he's a funny one, isn't he? I mean, he's built like an ox, but just ain't got it there all the time, has he? You know, this final touch. So
he was shit against us, to be fair. He was crap.
When I started to see him get all these big, talks of big moves and that, I thought it's not going to happen. He doesn't do it enough, and he scored 10, 12 goals in a season, which is all right, but not really, £80 million buyout thing, whatever they say he was going to do.
I forgot the stat yesterday, but Jens set up a goal, scored a goal in his last God knows how many games.
Yeah, it's about a year or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but he'll saying that he might turn up against us today. So, Diego Costa going for a free. Anyone?
Yeah,
not being funny.
Apparently, we're linked to
Man City could do with him, couldn't they?
Yeah, anyone. I'd love to take him all day.
The thing is with Costa, he has to go to a manager who knows how to use his asshole side of it.
He always got on with Jose, didn't he? He always got on with Jose.
I think Rio would suit him because it's that kind of player that, tactically, if he's going to be an asshole, it's going to be under Mourinho.
You know what? Right? Putting him being an asshole in Tottenham is what they need.
Definitely.
They're too nice. Tottenham are too nice. I'm not saying they need to start hacking people and everything like that, but I think, I'm not saying he's going to start every game, but Mourinho, I mean, the Bale thing hasn't worked.
No.
You're going to get Costa for maybe a season or 6 months or whatever. I don't think it'd be a bad thing.
I don't think anyone would want to sign for us, Kev, because the way we're playing footy,
I don't know. You ain't doing that. I know the football don't look that.
Mate, come on.
Welcome to Mourinho, by the way. You thought you could get the but welcome.
Nah, Kev, it's never been that bad. Not to have a shot on goal. We scored within 30 seconds, and that was it. Fair enough, you're defending. Yeah, I get that, but we've got nothing going forward. So what's going on?
It's all on the manager because you have the likes of Harry Kane and Son.
But
that's all they've got, though, isn't it? That's all they've got. That's the problem.
And even they can't do it because the commentator saying the other day, because Mourinho's asked them to defend so much and do their roles. Whenever they get it, they're lost. They're out of breath. They don't know what to do. They're fucked.
Yeah.
So it's taking it away from the attacking side of it. It's really pissing me off, man. It's the
It
worst.
comes back to that thing, right? Where they always say, if you get a striker, they've got to be played back up to Kane. No, you squad rotation. Kane doesn't play 35 games a season.
Yeah.
Swap and rotate and that.
Mate, I'd play him just behind. I'd play Kane just behind because he sets up and then let Costa up front.
Behind who? Oh, you're about Diego Costa?
Yeah, if we got him, but you know what I mean?
What, is he linked with Tottenham or are you just
talking? Yeah, he's been linked today.
I see it on my Tottenham YouTube channel.
Something happened, didn't they, at Madrid? It didn't say what's happened, but something happened because he obviously was doing all right, and then it just
they've come to a mutual agreement that he's going to go in January.
Yeah.
But you reckon it's something to do with his family or something, or something like that?
Yeah.
Would you be happy with him though, Dean? I can't imagine he'd do well at Tottenham.
Oh man, you obviously would, Cujo.
Nah.
You're thinking of Diego Costa in the Premier League, man. It was a long time ago. Look at Bale, man. I mean, I'm not saying that he wouldn't do a job. You never know. He might.
I've seen him play a few games up there in Madrid last season. He still looks fucking aggressive.
Where would he fit in though? Because you need goals.
No, in front of Kane.
12 goals in 60 odd games for Atletico. That's not good enough.
What you need to do is just have him plough through defenders and then have Kane just dink one in,
Yeah, we need a bit more. We need someone who's going to link up the players. I don't know, it's just not right in a minute, man. I mean, Tangan and Ndombele, like Kev said, he was everywhere. Why take him off? Our best player, he takes him off in the 70th minute and put Sissoko on. So you've got Sissoko, Højbjerg, and Harry Winks, 3 centre mids that are just holding, and they can't do nothing going forward. It's not good enough. I don't know. I'm Mourinho out in a minute because this is shit. Honestly, a team that's going to defend the whole.
It's been like 3 games.
Joe, a team that's going to defend the whole game, in my eyes, is shit because you've got nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
You've got no players.
See, that's
What are you going to defend when you've got world-class players up there? I don't get it. Like, what are you doing?
We was used to that for a long time. Obviously, I think, to be fair, I think your teams, you haven't got as many problems in your team as what we had. But I think we were used to it. And everyone was saying, oh, no, it's Mourinho. I know there was a combination of stuff. He's one of those managers. I think he's changed his things. I think if he knows he ain't got the players that he can trust, like attacking wise, he'll go, right, that's it. I'll just defend. I'll park the bus. And if we get a 1-0 goal, if we get a goal or something.
Yeah, but he done that at United, and now he's doing it at Tottenham. Did he not have the players at either?
Yeah.
Did he not have the players at United either to go and win games? He had to play negative football.
Yeah. He never got the players he wanted at Man United. I mean, a few of the managers never got what they wanted. So he was like, right, fuck you. You want me to play this attacking play, the Man United way, which kind of most teams want to play attacking, really. But you want me to do that? Well, I can't do it. If you're giving me all these players, I asked for so-and-so, and you go and get me like someone that's 3 times worse than them.
Yeah.
Play defensive. I'll play,
I get the defensive game of it, though. I mean, aside of it, when you're playing the big teams and that, and I get all that. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to have something going forward, especially against the shit teams. You've got to have something going forward if you're going to defend flat out.
Yeah.
You can't just keep coming back. You know what I mean? Especially against the shit teams. What are we going
I think sometimes he's that kind of manager that I'm not saying he'd never not take a risk, but I think he's too set in his ways where he was like, right, no, I'd rather stick to a draw, where some managers might say, no, fuck it, I'm going to put 4 strikers on. A bit like what Ferguson used to do sometimes. Yeah. He would put Andy Cole, Dwight York, and then Solskjaer would go on, and then Teddy Sheringham, and they'd all 4 would be playing. Yeah. And you'd think, fuck me, he's playing 4 strikers, but Solskjaer would be on the right because he could play right wing, and then you could have, Teddy Sheringham be in the middle, and Andy Cole, I don't know. Yeah. I just think Mourinho is that strict, which he's like, no, I'm not risking it. I'd rather get a draw than a defeat. Do you know what I mean? So
we scored in like the first minute. Just go at them, go and get a second and third, and then
he wouldn't do that though, would he? I mean, he used to do it as soon as we'd be 1-0 up or something. Yeah. He'd put Matic and another defender on straight away. You knew he was doing it, and it was like, oh, for God's sake, like, I'm not being funny. If we 1-0 up, go and get another one. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
Kevin?
Sorry.
How's the game going?
It's always quite end-to-end at the minute. I mean, there's nothing like, nervous, but yeah, it's quite end-to-end, which is quite good, actually. Man United went through first, but it's quite open. But Wolves are coming back quite a bit. Like, there's quite a few players coming back. When we do attack their area, they're coming back. But no, it's all right. It's both teams.
Have they got Traore and Podence and Neto on?
Traore and Neto. Neto's sort of going a bit full, but they're sort of mixing it around a bit, sort of moving around a bit. So
no Podence then. Podence not.
No, he's on the bench. He's made a few subs, to be fair. Podence and Semedo, and we just had another go. But Wolves have got like most of their team back. To be fair, on the bench he's got Silva, the youngster, which I quite like him. Yeah. Semedo and Podence. He's made a few changes, to be fair.
Do you think if you'd have gone after Wolves, though, do you think they would have done you? Do you think? Because I mean, you've got a draw, which again won't be a bad result.
Traore now is literally Traore, if I'm saying his name right. He's literally just run like half of the pitch, but thankfully all the players are around him. I think you've got to be careful, Wolves, because they can just on the break.
That's what I'm saying about Tottenham's game. I mean, I know they scored late, so it looked like you lost the 3 points, but the draw was more than fair, man, for Wolves.
Yeah, I think that was a fair result. I think.
Yeah, but we should be going to beat them. Like you say, 1-0 up, a minute in, just go and smash them up. We've got the strikers to do it. And the thing is, we can do it because as soon as they scored, the game completely changed. So we didn't have one shot on target in between 25 minutes and the 85th minute. As soon as they scored, we switched it up and started going at them. If we'd have done that to start, first 20 minutes, half an hour, it would have been 2-3-0 up.
Try and kill the game off.
And the thing is, you can see it from I only said to the missus at half time, if we don't score another goal here, we are not winning. She was like, how do you know that? I went, trust me, you can just tell. You can see it from a mile away, which is fucking defending. And look, it goes and happens. It's shit. It's fucking shit.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Dean. I kept deliberately giving you false hope. I was like, yeah, no, you will, trust me.
I knew it, man. It was so obvious.
So he falls harder at the
Why
end.
Mourinho see it? I don't get it.
In the
He's
last
one of the best
few
managers in the
years,
world. Why don't you take Tanganga Bello off?
in
The
the
only
last
geezer
few years,
that could turn on a half turn and skin someone and start the play. He takes him off. So now we've got nothing. It's
I think,
fucking-
right, to be
honestly,
fair,
you don't know what you're doing, mate. It's
with
fucking clueless.
Jose, I think, I mean, apart from when you smashed us, it was kind of already like so quick in the game that it happened.
Mm.
I've never, like, for the last few years, I've never known him to really, I don't know, really go for it. Like, even if you've got one goal, like, go and like change things to even go more. It's like he's just set in his way of, if you get those couple of goals early and you're comfortable, then he'll be all right. But it's just like, he's just got that's just Mourinho's way now, isn't it?
So I always been this way,
think about,
everyone else in the Premier League has evolved apart from Mourinho. Well,
Yeah.
anyone who's been in the as long as he has.
a bit
He's
like
always
Arsene
been that
Wenger.
way. He won't change, and you got to give it to him. That's just his way. He won't
Yeah.
compromise at all.
A bit like Arsene Wenger.
No, it's not good
Yeah.
enough,
Yeah.
mate. Not
He's
good
done
enough.
it. Arsene Wenger was a mate. Like, obviously, he set the trend, didn't he? I mean, he's asked, even Alex Ferguson said, Arsene Wenger, like, if Arsene Wenger didn't come along, we probably wouldn't have gone on to win more because it made us change the way we played and all this. But the problem is, you saw, like, Wenger's last couple of seasons, you saw all these players trying to not just score, they were trying to do all these things. Like, look, you're not that good. You're not Henry and all this. And it's like, it's a shame how it went for Arsene Wenger towards the end. But like you say, they just didn't know. They just don't change, involve, like,
Yeah.
Arsene
Quite
Wenger
outdated,
didn't
didn't
involve,
he?
did
Got
he?
figured out. When you've been around that long as well as a manager, you
Yeah.
get figured out, didn't you?
Yeah.
And the thing is,
Especially if you
Football
won't
games as well.
change. Like
I
Wenger,
think
Wenger was
Mourinho,
attacking.
right?
No matter who we was playing, he would go attacking.
Yeah.
And everyone knew that. So it was easy to catch him out. Sorry, Paul, what was you saying?
go on, Paul.
I think Mourinho, I don't think he's world class since he was at Chelsea. You know, when he went to was it Real Madrid? He was absolutely piss poor. He got sacked.
Yeah.
He went to Inter. He won the treble. That's fair enough. He had a great team there at Inter.
He made them great, I think.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a different job for him. Where Chelsea, he got every single player he wanted. And let's be honest, they had world class players, like two world class players in each position.
Yeah.
They pretty much like had everything he wanted.
Giants as well in each position.
Yeah, Mitch, I mean, he literally had everything. I mean, if he was at probably Man United and he would have got every single player he wanted, probably would have won the league. But it would have cost us like probably £1 billion to get those players.
Yeah.
Where at Chelsea, it literally was.
I think he needs leaders.
Yeah.
I think Mourinho needs leaders in his team. Every team he's gone to, like the John Terry, Lampard of Chelsea.
Don't get him.
Oh, he had the big tall Materazzi, wherever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got all Zlatan. He's always got them leaders. You know what I mean? That sort of do it for him in a
You know
way.
what it is? You know what it is, Dane? Old-fashioned players, mate. That's what he likes.
Yeah.
Oh, this new generation that you always have to put your arm around. Oh, I fell over. Oh, yeah, sorry. No, mate. No, get up. Get on with the fucking game. Come on.
We don't.
Joe, hence the two players we're after in a minute, Sergio Ramos and Costa. Both.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sign
Got
young
that old school
players.
play.
But I mean, even if they do him a job, I can't see them. I mean,
Sergio Ramos. Stop talking. Hang on. Tomo texted me today about Sergio Ramos, Dean. What the fuck are you lot talking about? He's
yeah, that's
No way going to Tottenham.
If it's coming from Alistair Gold, it's true.
No.
So
Alex.
he did it. I watched it live last night. He was on a live stream last night.
Imagine being
Gold.
possibly the best defender of a generation and tainting the.
Yeah, but he's a free agent and he wants a new.
He's not gonna
how much
do it.
money he's on, Dean. Do you
Not
realise-
gonna-
He's a free agent and he wants to a new chapter in his life or something. He's
Yeah,
definitely
fine. No chapter's fine, but not fucking Tottenham Hotspur. Why would he do that?
No.
Well, Thiago Silva just went Chelsea, same
Yeah,
sort of
but
team.
Chelsea
We're
are a fucking disgrace. They're not a shit.
And he was
disgrace.
playing in the French
Why
league.
not?
the same as Chelsea, Kenny. We're the same. Anyone else looking at any Spanish team looking in, Tottenham and Chelsea are the same right now. We're the same sort of teams. Do you know what I mean? We've got a better manager, so we're probably more appealing.
No, you are about
Ramos would only go.
Thiago Silva's gone Chelsea. Ramos could
I'm
go
talking
Tottenham.
about your club. I'm talking about what you represent as a club. Like,
Doesn't
just
matter, Hart.
fucking disgusting. Everyone hates
Doesn't
Tottenham.
matter.
Ramos ain't
matter
gonna
at all,
go
does
there.
it?
You're not big enough.
Doesn't
Imagine
matter.
Ramos going to.
You're
He's not-
shit. You're shit, mate. You're near the relegation zone. You're
Yeah,
shit.
we're
You're
performing.
shit right now. Don't matter about the past,
Never.
mate. You're shit right now.
Yeah, fine.
You're
On the
shit.
pitch, Fine.
You're shit.
Fine.
Done.
We're a bigger club.
I'd rather go to a good team than a shit team. I ain't coming to Arsenal, so get
I'd
that.
rather go to a better club than a
Get that in your
shit
head.
club. Why
I
would you
wouldn't.
go-
I'd rather go to a
Listen.
good team than a shit team.
I'm not
I'd
saying
rather go and
Arsenal
play
are
for
running. Wait,
Leighton Athletic
I'm saying
and go
that
for
Arsenal.
Dorsey's team. I would not play for Dorsey's team, and Arsenal are Dorsey's team.
Am I saying that Arsenal are in the running for Sergio Ramos? I'm not. I'm not the one sitting there saying that. You are. You're saying
Yeah,
Ramos has got the
because it's
fucking.
come from Alistair Gold, which is a proper fucking.
Personally,
I don't give a fuck. He's not going to go there. He's not going to decide
Right.
to go there. You've won nothing. You're not a big enough club for a player.
Don't
like
give a
Sergio
fuck, mate. Alistair Gold knows his stuff, mate. So
the only team
Mourinho,
in the Premiership
Mourinho factor,
now,
Kenny, as well. The Mourinho factor. A lot of people do respect Mourinho and do
Oi,
want to
the
play.
You're not
only
good enough for
team-
Mourinho either.
Oi,
You're not
the
good
only
enough for
team
Mourinho.
he would go
If Mourinho
to.
was the peak of his
City.
fucking game, he would never have gone to
I
Tottenham
know,
Hotspur
but
in the
still,
first
some
place.
players do
He
want
only
to.
gone there to fucking sort his life out, to try and fucking
Some
win his
players
life.
want to play under Mourinho, mate.
Rock
Trust me.
bottom. He was out of a job for a year, and then he ends up at fucking Tottenham. And
Don't
now,
matter.
because of it, you think you've got a washed up Bale. Now you
Don't
think
matter. When people are growing up, they're
You
looking
are-
at
bear this in
Mourinho, one of
mind.
the best managers in the world.
Bear this in mind. If we'd have beat you in that game, right, a few weeks back,
Yeah.
we'd be on the same amount of points right now. Bear
Oh,
that in
bear
mind.
this in mind.
That's
Bear
one
this in mind.
fucking
We'd have
game.
beat West Ham, we were 3-0 up. We'd have beat
Yeah,
Palace when we were 1-0 up. If we would have beat all the teams, then we'll be top of the league by a mile, mate. Our last minute goal, we've conceded 9 points in the last 5 minutes of games this season. Imagine if we would have had them 9 points, where
Because
would we
you
be right
would
now? We'd be top of the league, buddy.
It's a joke. It's not in your DNA to
Top
win.
of the league, mate. Top of the league. That's because of fucking Mourinho defending all the time. If we'd have had Poch or someone like that, we'd have gone and beat his team 3 or 4 instead of 1.
You can't say
Would have
that about
been 1-0.
Poch. You can't say it because you were playing terrible with Poch.
Don't matter, mate. Don't matter.
They all
Poch
want
is-
Poch
the
out.
football's there. And it was one season, Kev. It was half a season where it was shit. The other 3 or 4 seasons before that, the football was brilliant. It was the best football I've ever seen Tottenham play in my
He
life.
didn't win the league
We
when
got to the
Leicester won.
Champions League final, and he finishes 3rd. Did he 1 season? 2nd or 3rd? Which ain't bad.
That ain't first, is it? That's why you
Which
can't
ain't
remember.
bad.
No one
But
fucking
still,
cares.
Kenny, the football's 10 times better than what I'm
Yeah, but
watching
you all
now.
wanted
do you know what I mean?
Poch gone.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They all wanted him gone. Now Mourinho's there. They want him back.
Mourinho, they were singing
never
in
a
the
Poch
streets, for
gone.
fuck's sake.
I was never a Poch.
Loads of Spurs fans wanted him gone. Loads.
If you'd have given Poch the money that Mourinho's had, because Poch didn't have no money to spend whatsoever. You've got to think about that, lads. If you'd have had the signings that we've got now, Poch, this team we've got now, Poch would be killing it. He'd be killing it. Even players like Dele, do you know what I mean? He'd be killing it because he was when Poch was there. But
Dele Alli's got other issues.
it'd be interesting, Kev. If he does go PSG, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
No, I don't think you're going to see. I think Dele Alli's not going to be that player anymore. I think he just peaked and that was it. I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think Poch will
Classic
think he'll get him
young
over
England
that.
player,
And
washed
PSG are already after him as it is.
Going to Ramos, I'd say he'd actually suit Liverpool.
Well, yeah, fine.
He
What, a big
wouldn't
club
join-
that won
he
loads of
wouldn't join
trophies.
us
Yeah,
if
that's
he
exactly
was
where he'd suit, Paul. You're right. But he ain't going to go fucking Tottenham, is he?
Right, let's be honest, right?
Ramos and Van Dijk, man.
How much is Ramos on for money wise, right? Because I know like they don't go for the biggest pay pack, right? But he's not going to go for like 200 grand a week, right? He's going to want like 300-400, right? Spurs ain't going to pay that, right? The only time he's going to like, I understand what Kenny's saying. He's not really going to go to Spurs if someone like Man City that are fighting for the title. He wouldn't even come to Man United. The only way he would come to Man United if we wanted him was because of money. That's the only
If
thing.
the geezer's on a free transfer, Kev, every
Yeah.
club in Europe's going to be on the phone.
Yeah.
with him. Are they not? He's still one of the best centre backs in the
Oh,
world.
100%. Yeah.
Isn't it? It's not going to be like Tottenham. He's a fucking. If he was coming to the end like Bale, washed up, couldn't play. Mourinho, same. That's
The
why
only
they
thing
go.
I can say to that is at the minute, there's a lot of teams that are skint and who can't pay that sort of money. We're paying at the minute near enough 300 grand a week for Bale. Bale will
not
get
all of
sent
them,
back
though.
at the end of the season, which means we've got 300 grand a week to spend on a new player.
But you
Not a
can't-
lot of teams can afford
can't
300 grand a
sustain-
week at the minute.
We can.
At
We've
the
got
minute.
Ozil Gan,
I
350
don't know.
a week, bro.
Yeah, at the minute, yeah, because of that, but obviously not.
Just give that to
new
Ramos.
signing.
That's Socrates' wages. Done.
Like even like the Madrids and Barcelona's this world, they're both skint. They can't afford nothing at the minute.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're
you
going to
look
find players ain't going to be able to do it. They won't be because Spurs can't afford to keep doing that. Because Spurs, I mean, how much money do you lose over COVID? You lost
They
like
didn't.
80
They got
million.
given 160 million, mate.
We probably lost the most,
And they
didn't we?
spent it all on players.
So
Well,
it's
like
not-
they're-
Talking about. This is the Tottenham shit. They got a fucking 160 million pound bailout from the government. Spent it all on players.
Like, the thing is,
That's
right?
disgraceful. Imagine we done that. Imagine we done that.
Well, we're in a council house, so like we can't say much.
Yeah, but get 160 million pound bailout and just buy
Hit it, alright?
yourself a
Hit
street.
it down your skulls.
But I think, look, if you look at the amount of money that they pay a week, and then put that into kind of like, let's say, the transfer fund for a free transfer for a year, that's nothing.
Personally, I would be with Ramos. Obviously, we were linked with him when we had Louis van Gaal, and I was like, do you know what? Pay him the wages, because I knew, like you say, he'll get sent off now and again in the Premiership, probably more. But do you know what? He's still got it. Like, yeah, he's not going to be running up and down. But you, like Thiago Silva, you put someone younger around him, put some young defenders around him, he would still make a bloody difference. Like, you know, but every time he's been linked with other teams, he's always just getting another pay rise. I don't think he'll get a pay rise now, because I don't know. I just can't see him not playing. I mean, I can't see Messi not playing for Barcelona, and I can't see Ramos not playing for Real Madrid.
It's not a player that we need anyway. We don't need a centre back, really. I don't know why.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I don't think we do.
If you want to challenge for a title, you need a top centre back. You're playing Eric Dyer as a centre back. He's not a centre back. He's a defensive midfielder. Yeah, he's done all right. You need a top centre back.
If there was one player to get, it would be attacking mid like a Bruno. That'd be my priority. Fuck the defence. We need.
But you all want a Bruno, though. To be fair.
Yeah. But like the thing is, if you look at the teams, like Man City's defense is fairly solid now at the moment.
And Tottenham got the best defence in the league, bar Man City. Man City's got the best defence in the league. Tottenham second. What are you on about, Kev? You squarehead.
Oi, we're only like 15 games in, though.
Don't matter, mate. We're still got the second best defence in the league, buddy.
Mate, but what I'm saying to you is, I'm saying you don't need a defender, but come to the end of the season, we'll see where you are then.
All right.
If you're up there then, and I'll say, right, your defence is the best defence, you've done well, but I doubt that you will be. We won't be, you know.
How long is Van Dijk still out, Joey?
He'll probably miss the whole season, mate.
He's back training, isn't he? Back in the gym, though, Joey. He's been back like.
I think he's on the first phase of whatever the word is, rehabilitation. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many phases there are. He'll probably miss the whole season and be back by the start of next. Hopefully, anyway, by the start of next season. I think.
Kev.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, there's not really clear chances, but it's quite end to end. We've been going. I'll say we've had probably more of the chances. But it's very end to end. But we sort of seem to each defence sort of cancelling each other out. We're sort of trying to catch them by putting through balls between the defence and that, but ain't been successful yet. It's all right. It's, you know, typical Wolves game. You know, Wolves are playing how Wolves do. You know, quite end to end, but we're holding our own a bit, which is quite pleased. Harry Maguire's now has just give a free kick away. The twat.
This area.
Oh, slabhead. Yeah, it's not too far, so it's quite far up. But then you've got Moutinho playing for them, haven't you? So no, so it's it's quite close to be fair. I'd say we're edging it with the chances, but it's all right. It's not bad. Now Moutinho's got a free kick. I'd say that's probably about about 50 yards out or something. So.
He's not shooting anyway.
Last thing on Tottenham, if we don't win convincingly tomorrow against Fulham, then I'm done, mate. I'm honestly. If we don't win like 3 or 4 and look convincing. If we're like defending against MJ, do you know what I mean? Like we just 1-0 leading, defending the whole game. You know what I mean? That's not good enough. At home, it's not good enough. Especially what's been happening in the last month or so. We've created less chances than any other team in the Premier League bar West Brom. Like, come on, man.
Do you think you've tired yourself out a little bit, Dino? Like, do you think like obviously where you was on your good run, you was like doing well? You know, I mean, we was all talking about Harry Kane a few weeks ago, saying how much he changed that. Do you think that maybe they are, it's sort of caught up with them a little bit, and because you can't rotate? I'm not being funny. Apart from Arsenal, I mean, Joey's, Liverpool got pretty good replacements. Man United, I'm not saying Man United. I think Man United's squad's pretty good now. I'm not saying it's who I want, but rotation wise, obviously Arsenal can't rotate fuck all. But Tottenham, do you not think? I mean, Man City's pretty good for rotation.
I don't.
We've got a bit limited. Do you not think Spurs are a little bit limited with that?
I think we've got a lot of attacking options, but I don't think they're good enough. I think apart from Kane and Son, we've got Bergwijn and Moore. They're just not enough. It's not good enough.
Bergwijn sort of shows glimpse, doesn't he?
Glimpse, but you know what I mean? It's not good enough. And we ain't got that attacking midfield that's going to get you 10, like a Lampard, like 10 Eriksen, someone going to get you 10 goals a season.
Yeah.
None of them can do that. Like Tango was the only person yesterday that had players around him that could skin a couple and get us on the attack.
I really like when I put that message on. I was like, he was just literally running around. And
that one, we took it around everyone, didn't he? And then I passed it. And
was
Oh,
sort of wasted, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? He was doing all
yeah,
that, and it was
that's
sort
what
of
I mean.
like,
That's what it is with him every time, is that end bit
yeah.
with
Yeah.
him. But I don't know, man.
It's good to see it though, considering how it was when Jose first went there. You sort of digging him out a little bit, but it seems to have worked, and he's finally got him, sort of playing, kind of doing what we kind of wanted Pogba to be doing. Do you know what I mean? But he don't seem to do it enough.
I'll be honest with you, I honestly don't think we're getting top 4 whatsoever, and that's me being honest. Whatsoever.
What, even the best defence?
Don't matter, mate. We've got nothing going forward. You can't score, Kev. You ain't going to win games, are you?
No.
I was saying that too, but like we're starting scoring again. Like we had a dry spell, but we've come out of it now. But, like the thing is, with Mourinho, like you can see the strain in some of the attacking players going like I saw Harry Kane just like get frustrated because he was
Sonny. Yeah. You could tell they were getting pissed off. Too much defending, not getting the ball enough, no football getting played. You can tell they're getting pissed off.
Can you imagine if Son was allowed to just be free roll and just not have to come back?
That's what he should be, though, Kev, shouldn't he?
Can you imagine if he was allowed to do that, though?
Hey.
I mean, I think he's a great player. He's a dirty little fucker and he gets away with that side of it. But if he was just given the free roll and not have to do that, and I understand that obviously Mourinho, that's how he wants to work in that. But yeah, I think, and it's funny because when they were winning, they were saying, they all love working for Kane, and there was all posting about that he would never score with Jose and all that. That seems to have stopped all that loving at the minute, isn't it? It seems to have sort of died down. It didn't take that long for it to stop, did it? Do you know what I mean?
Now are the players thinking, is this the right way to play? Do you know what I mean? Are they starting to question it?
Yeah.
Thinking, is this right? We're not even fucking getting 2 or 3 shots on goal like against fucking shitty teams and that.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny, Arsenal, 2 wins in a row, mate. Quality stuff.
Right.
And you even won on FM against me. Come on.
Killing it. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, quality.
How's the game went tonight?
I mean, it's not quality, but it's definitely better. And to be fair, the performance, as long as we're getting points now, I actually don't give a fuck. Normally, a 1-0 win against Brighton and the performance today, you'd be sitting here, you'd be like, following down forward, you play a good team, but it makes no difference, man, because at least it's 3 points.
Yeah.
That is saying, I'll tell you, Dean, take that on board just for a minute, man, because that is crazy to think about. If we had to beat Tottenham in that game, we'd be sitting right now level on points.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll have a game in hand, but that's how and how poor we've been. And not that long ago, we were talking about how good Tottenham have been, and some people were talking about being title contenders and that. Not me, like.
Yeah, tell me shit teams are playing shit. Like we're all playing shit. We're all dropping points and that.
This is the thing. At least no one's running away with it. Like that's the one good thing, isn't it, for everyone else? It gives us a chance to catch up.
Yeah, they're still dropping points.
Yeah, Liverpool dropping points. Like Chelsea dropping loads of points lately. I'm guessing that's why Woody bowed tonight.
Yeah.
He said he had to go out before we come on here, but he just didn't want to talk to me.
Imagine that your team not playing that well and you don't do the live stream of your team playing.
Yeah.
Imagine that, Dean.
Other people.
Right, I've done my turn.
No, you got to keep doing it.
Get fuck off.
Actually,
You've got to do it live. You've got to do it live.
wait
I
there.
haven't got a TV screen here. I can't do it.
Wait there. I need to just going to sit on the back of my sofa and you just watch me over here. Yeah.
That's out, mate.
Okay.
There's only 12 points between Arsenal and Liverpool, and I know 12 points is a lot of points. But
And you've got a game in hand, I think, yeah.
Yeah, true. But if you think the difference between the two teams, the narrative between the two teams is huge. Yet that isn't huge in terms of points.
No, it's not, is it?
It's,
They've got
it's,
to play each
It's
other.
4 weeks. I mean, I know you're not going to lose 4 in a row, but teams are going to drop points, man. Of course they are.
Yeah.
We've got a few easy games coming up now. We're over the worst of it, so I don't know,
you
man.
play with a big
it's just
team
weird
as well.
this season, man. It's just weird because Liverpool being talked up as title contenders, and only last week even, that Arsenal were being told they could be going down. Do you know, it's just fucking mental. And
Yeah,
it's
we
only,
didn't entertain that either, though. What's a load of fucking rubbish?
I know. Nonsense. It was
We
never
could have lost both of the last games since we last spoke and picked up 0. I'll still be saying we're not going to get fucking relegated.
Yeah, that was never going to be the case. But But some
Mate, when Gabriel's playing every week with Partey, Martinelli in there, Saka, we're going to win games of football, man. Of course we are. Unfortunately, we've been without a lot of them players that I mentioned for different reasons.
yeah.
Martinelli is a big change to you as well. Like the dynamic of the forward line has changed completely.
He's changed personnel, hasn't he? I mean, Aubameyang today was the worst player going forward. He should have been taken off. I mean, if he took Martinelli, because he made the sub, he took Martinelli off for Lacazette, and 21 seconds later, Lacazette fucking scored. I don't know if he's watching it.
21 seconds.
Is Saka okay, Kenny?
Yeah, he looks like he's all right. I think he just got trod on.
Oh, is that what it was? 'Cause I just
Well,
saw
I
it.
assume so, which could fucking hurt, but I assume he'd be all right.
Yeah.
I said something at half time because you lot came out with fire in your belly second half.
We
Man.
do that every second half. We have a little spell, and if something doesn't come off, or usually the other team eventually get a foothold, and then we sort of start doubting ourselves. But Brighton weren't up to much today. They had all their best players on the bench.
That forward, did that front.
Nah, that's what I mean. They had literally all their best attacking players on the bench. No Lampard about.
They looked like they were trying to go for the draw, weren't they?
On the bench, eh?
They looked like they were just happy to go for the draw, didn't they?
I think they needed to rotate. I think
Yeah.
they needed just to rest players. They had a game a day sooner than we did.
Yeah.
Or a
The
day
heck
after.
as well too. And like they're fighting to stay up more than anything. Like, and they kind of probably just went, look, we're probably not going to get the 3 points out of this. If we're lucky, we'll get the point.
Yeah, maybe they looked at next week. I think they got Wolves next. They're probably looking at that, saying maybe that's the more likely game to win. I don't know why you would think that at a minute playing against Arsenal, but one thing they did do though that I noticed, and it annoyed me that Arteta didn't do anything about it. I don't want to be negative again, but this is something that was pissing me off. Is that every time from the goalkeeper, if he didn't roll it out, if the option weren't on, he would just put the ball at Bellerin, just loft the ball up high, but aimed it at Bellerin, and Bernard had him on toast every single fucking time. He was heading the ball in behind, and that's where, if it weren't from there, it was from like Xhaka or El Neni giving the ball away sloppily in midfield. That's where all our chances came. All their chances came from, and it's so frustrating to see every fucking game. And it doesn't matter if you change the forward line and you get these young fucking energetic players that are a lot more creative. It was a lot better, but it's the same bullshit. It's Bellerin and it's the weak centre midfield again. And it's got to be stopped, man. Like Maitland-Niles was sitting on the bench. And Arsenal fans are praising Bellerin because he was all right against Chelsea, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He actually had a better game today as well.
Yeah.
If you're a fucking target for the other team just to aim at you because you're the soft spot in the defence, like I mean, that it shows there that it's an area of improvement. Like we have to fucking sort that out.
Yeah.
I think his time's come at Arsenal, to be fair.
Well, he's linked away in January.
Yeah.
Is it PSG maybe? I don't know if
Barcelona were linked with him, weren't they? But they've got no money. They linked Barcelona with him for like 30 million, but they ain't got the money, and they can't.
Barcelona, yeah, they linked with him.
And they can't. I'm not being funny. If they've got 30 million to spend on Bellerin, they don't. How can they not pay Messi's wages? Do you know what I mean?
Imagine not having any money and spending that amount on fucking Bellerin.
Yeah, because they soon said no to Mustafi, didn't they? That was ridiculous when I saw that.
No, we'll throw Mustafi in with a deal. It's fine. It honestly doesn't matter how much they pay, man.
I think they're rummaging through the bargain bin, just be like, "Oh shit!" But not that.
Get a Mustafi free.
Mustafi and Bellerin in the bargain bin. Yeah, sound.
Like it's Football Manager there. Like fuck, I only have 20 million left.
I can't wait to the end of this season. Not just because it's been a fucking shit season like since it started for an Arsenal fan, but it's just going to be nice to get a lot of these players off the wage bill. A lot of these players that we cannot shift, we can't sell them. I can't wait. It's going to be so nice, man. I reckon players are going to flood in. I think they're going to because it's going to free up so much fucking wage. Like what Paul said, man. There's money sitting there to play with then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like the thing is, when you have a lot of that dead wood, I think a lot of players will step up, be like, "Oh shit, if that could be me there if I don't step up."
Yeah, but it's only the younger players that are doing that at Arsenal. The senior players seem to be the ones that are fucking dead wood at the minute. Like they're talking about. I haven't actually looked into it too much. I've been proper busy, but I've saying about David Luiz and Willian and Gabriel all being off at the same time. The three pals, the Brazilian boys. Apparently, they was at a party, not Thomas' party, an actual party, and fucking now one of them apparently has got COVID.
Ooh.
They've been ill, and they're saying, they're going to be ill until they're not going to be back at training until the 31st. And I'm like,
I can't say much. Our
Okay.
fucking
Yeah.
five players are out.
Okay.
So,
Huh?
I just jump in. Greenwood just crossed the ball in. Looked like, I think that's Fernandez at the back post, nearly got it, but the goalkeeper did quite well actually. I think we've got a corner now. To be fair,
You take a draw right now, Kevin, or not?
sorry.
You take a draw right now or not?
No, I want to win.
I don't blame him for that. I think out of all of us, even
Man
Liverpool.
United, I'm not being funny. Like for like last fucking 6 or 7 years, we'll go away and go, a 2-2 draw against QPR was a good result. And it's like, fuck off. We're Man United. Should be fucking winning. Like I'd rather lose 3-2 going for it than fucking 2-2. Like being happy with a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what, it was that
as well.
said the draws are no good to him. Draws are no good to him. I mean, I
No.
think we've lost one game, but we've drawn a few this season, and teams are easily catching. I mean, Everton have lost a good few games, and yet they're still only 3 points behind
Yeah,
us. So.
because the draw is massively drop points, man, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very shit.
Yeah, a draw is basically a loss. It's 1 point, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
loss, really.
that's it. The way to look at a draw is you lost 2 points.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you didn't
The only way to
gain-
draw over a good result is when you're about to lose, essentially.
Yeah, and you score and you equalise in the last
Yeah.
minute of the game, like what Wolves did against Spurs. Like,
That's
then-
like
then-
that's against. That's
then
like-
everyone enjoys it. I
um,
don't know about you lot, but I was going fucking mental when they scored that. I
I
was
was-
so happy, man. I'm sure as well. I was shouting at the telly, "Fuck you, Dean!" Like, I love it.
It's coming.
I was swearing Man United against Leicester. I was swearing that game.
I was loving that. I was
That really
loving
frustrated me. Like I was like
That's a good game, that, though.
swearing loads. I don't normally, but I was getting so frustrated with it because I was like, look, this is our game. But yeah, it was.
I think a lot of the kind of big teams have drawn a lot this season as well, though.
Yeah.
We've lost
Like,
it. Right?
Well, Arsenal lost a lot though, but like,
Yeah, shitloads.
but like I see a lot of Man City games we drew and it was just like, the fuck is going on here with us, like, and then it's Liverpool drew a good bit.
Arsenal top 4 now, then, Ken. No, I'm being serious. You ain't fire.
Nah, fuck me. Nah, no
Who's
way.
going to finish higher out of you two? Out of Spurs and Arsenal.
Way we're going, Arsenal. Carries on.
Fuck off, Dean.
We carries on, mate.
Christ. Fucking hell.
I'm hoping we get our grip together, but it carries on, mate. It's only
Literally,
one.
it's crazy. It's just like 2 weeks ago, they were title contenders, and he was talking.
Yeah.
I never said that. I never went with that. I mean, that's about a club. We were never going to win the league.
I thought you swore on your mum's life or something. You was
Oh,
gonna-
yeah. Yeah, that we wouldn't.
But do you admit now that the talk of Arsenal and relegation was just nonsense, or are you still?
Well, at that stage, I was going, relegation, mate. I couldn't see where you're getting a win, to be honest. Even, they were saying it on Arsenal fan TV as well. Like, we carry on. Like, this is relegation. Like,
I'd say Martinelli, man. I'd say that
they
gives
changed it.
so much fucking hope and energy into the team.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like,
They
he's,
say one player don't make a team, but it can make a fucking big difference.
yeah, it can. It can make
Bruno
difference.
Fernandes.
They see him bombing after defenders and goalkeepers. And once the ball's played away from him, you have to join in. You have to press with him. You've got to press together.
He's
You
making
help
everyone
the
else do
manager
it.
as a team,
He's making everyone else do it, isn't he? Because he's going ahead doing it. Do you know what I mean? Fair
and
play.
they've got to keep up.
And he's screwing at people as well. Like, you're screwing at him, going, oh, sit in, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? It's proper fair play to him. I said he'll be good.
You could even see the heads dropping when Arsenal were playing Man City the second Martinelli had to come off. You can see the players, they just,
Yeah.
it was always going to be a tough game because it's Man City, but it's for a
I
young.
played with players like that. I played with players like that. I know it's not the same fucking level as Sunday.
Yeah.
But I played with players that I text them in the morning. If I wake up, I text them straight away, "Are you playing today?" And if they're
Yeah.
in, I'm in a good
Yeah.
mood. One player.
100%.
You know,
100%. There was one lad who
I've got
played
him
on my
there.
team. Sorry,
Yeah.
man. Go on. Yeah, sorry. I was just saying there was one lad on my team, and anytime he was ready to play, he said, "Yeah, I can make it today," or whatever. Just fire in the belly. Everyone's up for it. He was that good a footballer, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Control the game.
I'll text one the next time, okay?
Yeah.
Uh,
Paul could be the backup.
I tell you what, weirdly, he's not here, but I don't know if he's watching. Hopefully not. But Woody was one of them players when he did in Sunday League.
yeah. Proper go at you.
You played with him as well, Joey, didn't you?
I don't think I did. You know, I think it might have just been after I left.
Oh fucking hell, man! Yeah, he was good. He was a good fucking footballer. Not if he had a shot. If he's probably got the worst finish I've ever
Oh
seen.
yeah, he can't finish to save his fucking life. Fuck
Nah.
me, shit at finishing. But
You put him in front of that back four, your back four
Yeah.
won't have a lot to do.
He didn't shut up, did he? I remember watching him, obviously, and it was good because, I mean, yeah, he just literally sat there shouting at everyone, didn't he? And, you know, yeah, he was impressive. You used to like watching Willie, to be fair play. It's good. But we won't do that when he's here because obviously he'll just get a big
yeah, of course. When he's
Yeah,
here,
exactly, yeah. And if he brings this up, we'll just deny all knowledge of it.
Yeah, it's just like shit. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Nah.
that's what we're doing.
Hey, can we edit the live video there so we don't have any mention of it?
yeah,
You remember Adam Reese?
yeah,
Oh
He
yeah,
was a
man.
quality
Oh
footballer.
shit, I haven't heard that name in a while.
yeah.
Yeah, him and who else do we have? Tom Elliott, wasn't it? Him, Tom Elliott.
He was quality. Jack Elliott was good as well, actually.
Yeah.
Jack Elliott, I've watched him a couple of times. He was good.
Yeah.
Good team, didn't we?
Right, what's the latest, Kev? What's going on, mate? Any chances at all? I'm hearing
To
nothing.
be fair, we've been going for. I mean, we've been doing all right, but Wolves have sort of had a few they had a couple of free kicks. They sort of come through a couple of times. It's still quite close to me. I'd say we've still edged the chances, but to be fair, it's kind of quite good. It's not. I wouldn't say, even though it's 0-0, I wouldn't say it's boring 0-0. You know, it's been up and down. So, but yeah.
How's that Neto getting on?
He's done all right. He's not really getting a lot of the ball, to be fair. Traore's got it. Ahmed Traore's got it a couple of times, but we've just surrounded him. Maguire's put in a few crunching tackles, but no, it's all right. It's quite even. To be fair.
These two teams have second half written all over them, though, don't they?
Yeah,
They all work in the second half.
Second half.
To be fair, the thing is, we've got, the players we've got on the bench. We could make bring two players on and it'll change the game. Martial's on the bench, so I mean, it'll be funny. He don't do fuck all in 90 minutes. He might come on, 60 or 65 minutes and go and get a goal. So,
what's the story with Martial? What's going on with him, man? Is he safe, or are you going to be looking to offload him at some point?
I think basically if Mourinho stayed, he would have sold him and he wouldn't have signed a new contract. But I think one of the Glazers, I think it's Joel Glazer, thinks he's the best player ever in the world and won't sell him. Basically, he said no, he's not going anywhere.
Oh, imagine that as a manager being told that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not being funny. Don't get me wrong. He has personally, I would let him go. I wouldn't let him go cheap because he's the sort of player that would go to Italy. I mean, in Italy, I think he would thrive. In Italy, he would look. But I don't. I mean, personally, I think he should be doing more now. He's been at us long enough. I think he should be doing more. And it's always like, oh, is he a striker? Is he a left winger? And it's like, I think we should be getting like 20 odd goals a season from him. And he gets played a lot. So, he's all right, but I think he should be doing better than he is myself. I wouldn't be gutted if they said, right, we sell him, but I don't think he would be sold because I think he's one of the favourites. I think he's very up and down. Like, I think he needs space to be loved. He's a very confident player. Like, he needs to be told he's loved, and obviously, as we were saying about Mourinho, he's like, no.
You think as well, the empty fans are going to be making a big difference to players that have got that sort of mentality, because I think none of the teams. I mean, there's not many players really.
Yeah.
Even the big players that you can usually count on that we can all sit here and say, yeah, they've been fucking banging this season.
Yeah.
Like, other than maybe Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I mean, who else is there really? Like Kane did earlier in the season. He's sort of gone off the boil a bit. Like, there hasn't been a proper consistent performer.
No.
Since the start of the season, isn't it? And I think at the empty stadiums,
13 goals, but he's not been brilliant. He hasn't been lighting every game up, but
not to his usual standard.
Mane's done it a couple of times, hasn't he? Mane's starting to do it again now, isn't he? He sort of went a bit quiet, but now he's starting to sort of do it again, isn't he? Mane's coming back into it.
I think if Thiago had been injury free up to this point, I think he might have been the real spark.
I think
he looked quality when he played, didn't he?
If he was fully fit, he would be your main player. I think he'd be dictating. I think he'd be getting reviews like De Bruyne did when De Bruyne, not this season but last season, and that he would be every week. He'd be in there. There'd be some funky skill that he's done where he's skinned free players and just made it look easy. I think he's a class player.
Wait, breaking news.
What?
Dane's cousin's just texted me saying he's chatting shit. He wanted Poch out.
Surprise, surprise.
Say you, Dean.
Don't listen to a word he says, mate.
we need evidence there now. Just put a post it on the Instagram.
Oh, just been got a text and it's saying Spurs Fulham tomorrow in doubt because of COVID.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Right.
Fulham, isn't it? Fulham have got the outbreak, haven't they? I think.
Gutted.
Oh, speaking about that, actually,
Oh yeah, Paul. Shit.
Yeah, there's 5 players that are kind of out with COVID. Like Kyle Walker and Gabriel Jesus were already out before that. So like it's a serious one there now with Man City. But I'm not surprised. It's the week after Christmas. Like if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen after Christmas. You know, but like we had to postpone the match fairly last minute as well. Like, you know,
Everton are not happy, are they, Paul? Everton want to know what's going on because they want to know why. Because now what they're saying is, well, what happens with the Man United game? Because Spurs basically got a bye because Leyton Orient couldn't fulfil the fixture, even though that was like the day before, wasn't it? Or was it like the morning?
Yeah.
Now they're saying what's going to happen with Man City shouldn't. I mean, I don't really want to get a bye into the final because of that. But what they're saying is Man City of all fucking teams have got enough players.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a good point, man. You take 5 of your strongest players out, you still got a better squad than a lot of ours. So what the
Got
fuck?
under 23s.
Yeah, what are you playing at there, mate? Is it because they of an outbreak, I assume, not because...
Like the thing is, there's a lot of rumors and all that stuff kind of going around. When we were...
Oh,
Sorry, we go live to Kev in Manchester.
Sorry, Rashford just got through, but couldn't quite get onto the end of it. But yeah.
Should I not?
Carry on, Paul. Sorry.
But like it was like there's talks that it was from after the Carabao Cup game against Arsenal, they had a day off in London.
Yeah, went to the hotel or something they were saying, weren't they?
Yeah, like the I think some of the hotel staff had COVID or something like that. I don't know. Like they're very
players
tough.
come to the bright lights of London, they can't fucking cope with the excitement.
There's rumors going around like because who got positive test in Arsenal, the Brazilian dude,
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Apparently some of the Brazilian players hung out after the match or something like that. I don't know.
What you saying is our fault that you lot got.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, it's Gabriel's fault, is it?
It's boys, it's half time. It's 0-0.
Oh, he might.
That's what I mean. How many players does it take before a game gets abandoned? Was it what 5
Well,
players?
that's what no one knows the rules, do they? That's what Everton are saying. Like, if you've got these lower league teams being able to, like, because Leyton Orient were pretty upbeat, weren't they? Like, they were pretty honest straight away.
Yeah.
I believe it was like the day before, and then it got to the morning. They said, "Look, we can't fulfil it," and then obviously Tottenham got the bye. That's what I think Everton are saying with Man City. Like, why was it last minute? And what happens? They shouldn't be allowed to rearrange the fixture because why can you do that to Spurs to get further? And Leyton Orient didn't get the choice to rearrange it.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a hard one because there's no rule. Like, they've obviously got an agreement, but they're not really telling anyone, are they?
I think what they did was I think the test came in late or something.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, the first thing that they do is tell the referee and the Premier League.
Yeah.
Do they get tested every day then, or?
Yeah, it's like twice a day or something like that.
Every 2 days, I think, training. So the training pitch is completely shut down.
All the teams don't train, like the different ages train at different times, don't they? And stuff.
Like,
it's all sections off.
Yeah, in small groups or something.
Yeah.
Like with the City Football Academy, it's a huge complex. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, there's a pitch for like kind of every core group. Like, let's say the under 21s have 2 pitches, the first 3 pitches, you know, and then they have like individual small pitches for like under.
So is this for 2 weeks then, Paul? You're not going to
Yeah,
I don't know what the UK protocol is. I think it's 10 days to 14 days.
14
Yes.
days.
So you're not playing a game for 14 days, 10 to 14 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest. Like,
They might just test him in a few days, Kevin. If they're all fine.
No, but basically, I think what it is, if you test positive, it's 14 days. It's the 2 weeks, but then you have to obviously be tested again. But if you come into contact with someone that's tested positive, it's like 10 days or something like that. But then they're having tests like every couple of days.
Yeah.
So I should think it's different, but it just depends on how far, because obviously Newcastle's completely riddled their training and everything, didn't it? Like their facilities, Newcastle couldn't do anything. It weren't like just a couple of players, it was their whole place where all the players go at different times. So that's why it affected Newcastle. But Man City ain't really said too much, have they? Didn't they get an extra case apart from the 5 or something?
I think there's a suspicion of one he's self-isolating, but
Yeah.
it's but like they haven't
Yeah.
who it is
Yeah.
either, you know, like it might be 5 people infected, but how many of those are playing staff is the question.
Yeah.
And are they including Kyle Walker and Gabriel Jesus, who already we know have? So
let's be honest, Kyle Walker, he doesn't need to do lockdown, does he? Because he thinks that he's against he's
of course.
above the rules.
Play for Tottenham.
he broke him a couple of times, didn't he? Kyle Walker.
What was the Newcastle you had last?
Yeah, Newcastle. That was a good game though. Like 2-0 against Newcastle, handy result. You know, like especially with like likes of Kyle Walker and Gabriel Jesus out, and having Aguero kind of come back as well a little bit.
Yeah.
But
We have Newcastle. I think it's tomorrow. And I wonder, would they have any positive tests come back tomorrow, and our game get bloody postponed as well?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, to be fair, I expected more of it, but then they do say the football team and the clubs have been pretty bang on with it. But
yeah,
I kind of expected a bit more. I think we've been quite. I mean, not saying we're going to get less further going on. I mean, to be fair, I expect tomorrow. Is it tomorrow we get an announcement that we'll be on lockdown or new tier 5? But it basically means a national lockdown.
Is it tomorrow? Is it?
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow. Isn't it, the announcement? I think
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But I honestly think the way it's going, like if Man City have to postpone a match, Fulham have to postpone a match, like how many teams postponed does it take to just pause the league, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then I think it comes to the thing, like how many players, like it's the same with injuries. Like, does it come to the point where you have 8 injuries? I know it's a little bit different with COVID because you've got the coaching staff and all this sort of stuff. But it comes to a point, well, you've got under 23s. They're not all under 23 players. Some of them are players that are like squad rotation and either not getting a game or they're coming back from injury. How many players is it currently, like, say, like now, if Man City have 5 players that have got COVID and it takes longer than the 2 weeks to recover, because obviously that's just the isolation, that's not recovering from it.
Isolation period,
Yeah, do you know what I mean? How long, can you keep covering games? Oh, we can't make that game. Why not? You've got 5 other players. Do you know what I mean? It sounds harsh, but we don't really know what the rule, like what.
No cut-off number, is there?
No, I mean, it just
all the Sunday league.
Like, imagine someone like Burnley that haven't got hardly any players, like Burnley or Sheffield United. They can't have 5 of their top. I mean, I know Sheffield United are already down, but we've all got bigger squads there than Sheffield United, and Burnley and stuff like that. So it's, I don't know, it's a hard one, but we don't know what the rules are, do we? To be fair, we don't know.
They don't. To be fair, they make it up as they go along. What's this tier 5? Anyone know what's involved in that?
What?
They're talking about tier 5, announcing tier 5 as early as tomorrow, aren't they?
Well, some of the schools have already been told basically they're going to be working from doing the Google Classroom, basically, so they're all prepared that the kids won't be going back. Because Riley, he's in middle school, my eldest son, he's in the year 8 and he's going back on the 11th, where Lacey and Jake are going back on the 4th or the 5th. So I don't think I think there's talk of them not
What's
going
year
back.
5 will be school shut, you
I
think?
think so. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot. All this tier system is just another way of trying to lock us down. But
Yeah,
tiers
it
don't
eases
stand
you
for
into it. And we knew that anyway.
Yeah.
It just eases you into lockdown.
Yeah,
Don't
what's going on over there, Joe,
it?
in Ireland?
So
we-
we're at level 5, which is kind of
Oh, yeah?
highest. Yeah, we go in kind of levels like it
He's
was
for
shit.
some reason delighted about that.
No, what's level 5? What is it? Go on.
Well, the pubs are closed. The shops are allowed open, but
They're essential shops only, basically.
no shop.
all
the
shops.
Retail shops are allowed open, but you
Okay.
can't have any sales. Like takeaway only for food and stuff like that. But also, like, you can't leave your county. You can't.
Yeah.
So like you
That's
can't leave.
tier 4 for us.
Yeah.
And we've got no retails open.
No, Dane, the numbers in England and the numbers here are gargantuan. Like, I think you've had days where in one day you've had about as many as we've had altogether. You know,
Oh, yeah, people go out, people flat out over it and don't give a fuck.
I think there's just so many people that don't believe it's a serious situation. They just think, fuck it, you know what?
You're going to lose
They
someone.
always think it's someone else, don't they? They think it'll be someone that they don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah. Actually, I did want to ask you, if anyone who does have kids, how do you feel about them going to school? Because I'm not comfortable with it. My little one's only 4 now, and he's only just started school, but I'm still not
The
comfortable.
first time round, before they announced the first lockdown, I pulled my kids out anyway.
Yeah.
They was off for about a week before the lockdown. But I don't know, we're going to assess it. They are I heard a rumor that they're going to fine parents for not sending kids back to school and stuff like that in next year. But I don't think they can't do that, can they? I mean,
you can't find parents for taking care of their kids well.
no, and you wouldn't pay it anyway, to be fair. Fuck them. They can fine you. What are they going to do? They can't go round it all up. There's too many people.
They ain't got enough police to police people breaking the rules now. So
Yeah. And me keeping my kids off school isn't added to the problem, is it? It's me
No.
trying to prevent it and to keep my family safe at the same time. So I don't
End
know.
of
Will
the
it,
day,
will
half
it
the
sense it
teachers,
be-
like,
I don't think the teachers even want it, like, you know, because the teachers are looking out for themselves as well, and they're going like, look, if we have to, fair enough, like work from home, but like the teachers don't want to be in that situation either.
Well, our school holiday, the Christmas break up at school came just in time at our school because one of the teachers got it in my girl's year, and a lot of the kids have had it and been tested positive. Like my little one had to get tested. She's all right, luckily, but
we've all got tests coming
Brilliant,
tomorrow.
man.
We've got tests for me, Kelly, Riley, and Jake. We've got tests coming tomorrow because there's another case in year 5, so that's in Jake's year at Brooklands that happened. So basically, the school, you had to notify the school up until the 20th, but then obviously there's no one at school. But there's a group on Facebook of like the school, and the lady said, "Yeah, my daughter's tested positive." So the school basically said, "Yeah, you can all have tests," and we've done it. So we've got the test coming tomorrow to do it. I mean, we've all got no symptoms, but let's be honest. You know what I mean, you just don't know, do you?
Great.
Another 2 weeks of football manager, mate, isn't it, for you if one of you gets positive?
Hey, I've seen people go on holidays yesterday. Dubai have opened their airports to England, haven't they? So I've got people on Snapchats gone straight to Dubai on holiday and that partying and that.
I mean, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It does make you wonder, like these people fucking... Not the people going, it's the people that are letting them go. Do you know what I mean? They're the people with the responsibility. Like, they should fucking do a better
I'll
job.
be back in a second.
All right, should we get back to talking about football anyway, man? Fucking hell.
I just saw one of the goals there that West Brom conceded against Leeds.
Yeah, Joey, I wanted to ask you about that, man. What the fuck? Is that an own goal? Is that the own goal you're talking about?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
How the fuck can they do that? No, they got 1 away at you, and then they go and lose 5 to Leeds at home. What the fuck?
I think Sam Allardyce just knew coming to Anfield, he's got to defend, and he put almost. I think for the first half, I think about 40 minutes of that game, every single man was behind the ball for West Brom.
Yeah, it was all Liverpool for a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, without creating too much, it was only that one Sadio Mane chance that that in a weird way he kind of created himself a really good movement.
Great goal.
It was a decent ball into him, but quality goal.
But it was high tempo, and that sort of set. So I thought he was going to be like that all game, and it just never came.
No, it didn't. And do you know what? It was Sam Allardyce sticking to his guns as well. He said, "Look, even if we are losing, we're still just going to sit back and we'll second half, if we get a chance to go forward, we will. Which they
Why did he
did.
do that against Leeds? Why is he? I mean, what's the
At Leeds,
difference?
he wants to go at him, doesn't he? He wants to get
Yeah,
3
there's a
points
difference.
against Liverpool. Like,
Leeds are a dangerous fucking team. They will score past you. Like, you've got to be as careful against a team like Leeds, isn't you?
It could also be as well that they put a big effort in against Liverpool. Who knows? But it's not good enough from a Liverpool point of view because West Brom, let's be honest, they're going down, aren't they? They're not good enough.
you think so.
And we're
Like-
top of the league. We've just come off a 7-0 away result of Crystal Palace, who are a decent side. Just isn't good enough, really. I was fuming that night watching that game. I was thinking this is shocking at times. Like it definitely, I definitely felt that something was going to go for West Brom the second Matip got injured. I was like, oh, here we go. And of course, then what's his name came on? Reece Williams came on, and okay, it weren't exactly his mistake. It had a little bit to do with Curtis Jones as well, another young player. But you could just see there was a bit of frailty at the back since then, and West Brom just said, "Hang on a sec, we can get out of these. There's an area of weakness here now. We're going to get out of these and see what we can do." Do you know what? A draw at the end of the game was actually a fair result because they actually had the better chances. Second half, they definitely had the better chances, and I can't even remember a decent effort from us from the second half. First half, all our second half, not much in it really. They deserved their goal. It was a bit of a lucky goal, and I think there was a foul in it as well. But you know, whatever. You just get on with it when it comes to that sort of thing. No, fair play to West Brom.
Do you see any of the English teams competing in Europe this year? Like, to the ends? Can you see us at the latter stages of these tournaments?
Yeah, I actually can.
yeah, Liverpool can, yeah.
I can.
I
I
like-
can.
I think we have an easy run. Like we have Schalke or
We left, innit? Chelsea, innit? Chelsea, Liverpool City, innit?
Yeah, I think all of us, apart from City, United, sorry.
Nine went out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Liverpool did,
the
right?
other leagues, they're not actually doing that well. The bigger teams in the other leagues aren't doing great. Paris, I don't think the top. I can't remember the top of Italy. It could be AC Milan or someone like that, or Lazio or someone.
But you
Liverpool
think it's going to be?
the best team in the world right now, aren't they? They're the big team to beat, aren't they? Really?
Who's
I
that?
think Munich are the only one that's on form at the moment. Juventus maybe, but like the thing is, like I don't know who Liverpool have in the next leg,
We've got Leipzig.
Leipzig. So you have an easier.
Then they're dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Put it this way: if a team turns up against Liverpool and Liverpool turn up, Liverpool beat anyone in the world right now.
true.
Yeah.
But it's unpredictable. That's what I'm saying. Like the consistency of the English teams. If it's all across Europe, then it's all across Europe. But football in general is so fucking hard to predict now. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Liverpool, for example. I mean, that's one of the craziest results you'll see when you look at Liverpool over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
What's going on with Villa?
Oh, mate. Do you know what? Do you know everyone goes on about watching Leeds and all that stuff, like how Leeds play? Do you know what? I actually get excited watching Villa. Is that like, do you know what I mean? And it's not just Jack Grealish, right? Like, McGinn. Oh, I mean, what a player.
Quality, McGee, quality.
All of, like El Ghazi, all of them are just.
Even their right back, that Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
No, I actually thought that McGinn was like 25. He's not. He's only 20.
Hey, reminds me of a young Sean Sinnott, Kenny. Just
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Man United are just coming out and they've swapped Tellez for Luke Shaw. Not actually too sure why at the minute.
How was Tellez doing in the first half?
I was doing fine. I don't know if he's caught a knock or anything.
This is going to be the half, innit? I can't see it being
Yeah.
0-0 by the end of this half.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find out.
Late goals as well. Late goals. Expect late goals and penalties.
No. Oh yeah, penalty shit. And Fernandez didn't score.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I was going to say to you, I saw it today that apparently we've only had 5 penalties with like equal with other teams. Leicester have had like 10.
Yeah, Leicester double, yeah.
10.
You know what it is? Though? It's ever since like last season. I think you had the most penalties awarded in one season. Like
Yeah,
perhaps.
last season was like 23 or something, wasn't it?
It's fucking
Crazy.
outrageous. It's every
That's
fucking
cheating. That is cheating.
Some of them were.
Jackie.
Yeah, when they after the whistle and that. Oh, hang on, no, the game ain't finished yet. Right,
Kick back on, lads. Penalty.
Reversing the code back up. Players on.
don't matter. It's Man United. That's a pen, that is.
But January transfer window, guys. Who's on your wish list?
we have to get players out if we want to get players in because of the UK. And
yeah, we're in the same situation.
we can't do nothing unless we get rid of players, and it's hard to get rid of players at the minute. So I don't know what's going to happen.
What would you do, though, Dean, if you was in charge? You could. Who would you get rid of?
It's all good saying get rid of them, Kenny, but no one's going to want them. No one's going
to. Like hypothetically, if you could, who would you get rid of?
Danny Rose,
Moira,
Lucas Moura,
Dele Alli.
Do you think they're trying to cash? They're trying to get some good money for what's his name in midfield? Winks, Harry Winks.
Lamella.
I'll probably keep Winks just in case. No,
I reckon if I don't think you get the money, but I think if someone offers you like 30, 40 million, I don't think it's worth it. I think you'd cash in on him because I don't think you'd be that bad off without him.
Probably would if City come in 40 million, yeah, probably would.
But I don't think he's good enough. I don't think anyone needs him. Do you know what I mean?
Does anybody else find it funny, like when you're listening to like pundits and stuff, and they're always like, "Man United need to get rid of this one." And imagine being a player and hearing,
sitting there with your wife and your kids, and they're going, "Yeah, that Johnny Heritage,
he's crap." But it's the word. They always say it. Get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Like, not sell him on. You know, his time's done. And get rid of him.
He has a great service to the club, but fuck off.
Yeah, those other players as well. I can't think of them right now. I just ain't good.
Who you would get rid of?
Yeah, there's loads. I mean, I don't even think that Vinicius is going to make it. Jason Fernandez, he's going back January. Bale, I'll take him back as well. He's not good enough.
You're a bit disappointed about how that worked out with Bale.
Big time,
that was like a fucking setup for a fairy tale return, wasn't it?
I think it got a bit hyped.
I want it to come. It's not there, Kenny. I want it so bad. It's just
has Mourinho given up on him? Like the possibility of it?
He's injured, isn't it? But the thing is, like his last game he did play, it was against Stoke, and he come off at half time. He did play all right. Not. You know what I mean? Decent, but he played all right. His touch weren't too bad. He was trying to go around a player. He won a few free kicks. Probably the best I've seen him play, but he weren't Bale, you know.
No, you cannot rely on him. And we said earlier, Zidane got to the point where he can't just have a player that plays one game in 6.
Yeah.
You need to be going, I need him. Like, at the end of the day, I think Jose knows that he can't rely on him. And I think he's got to the point where he's not coming on. When you need to win a game, he's not getting a chance to come on. He's not even in the forefront. He's just like, I mean, the media, I think it was the media that like saying, oh, that's it. That's going to turn Tottenham into title winners. No, it ain't. Not at all.
I sort of agree with Mourinho on the fact that if you're playing Bale, you basically got 10 men. I'm sorry, you basically got 10 men. So you wants to win games. Do you know what I mean? It's hard when you're going to play Bale there. So you can only play Bale against shit teams, really, because you're losing a player that's going to track back. And
you can't blame Tottenham for trying to get him back because, you know what I mean? It could have gone the other way. But when you look at it, what is he? Has he done like 4 games in a row, like once in the last 3 years or 2 years or so?
Yeah.
That's pretty poor. Do you know what I mean?
He played one half against Stoke and then gets injured and he's out till the end of the...
That's 3 weeks now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the year, yeah. So, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Bayern and Liverpool have a strong interest.
Who's that? Sorry, which one for Bayern?
David Alaba will be...
I want him. He wants big wages, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's good to
He's still at the A. He probably wants his one last big payday, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll get it too, though. Like,
yeah, he's quality.
Yeah.
I honestly think the Premier League is the only option other than PSG want him, but PSG have the money.
I personally couldn't see it. Like, if a player is really like wants to leave Bayern Munich because they want a new challenge, I can't see why they would look at the French league and say, that's my challenge. Because let's be honest, don't get me wrong, if we all had a chance to go there and play some money and play in the Champions League, but if you had a chance to go if you leave the German league playing for Bayern Munich, you'll want to go to the Premiership, wouldn't you? Spain, I don't think have got the money like the Spanish clubs.
Well, we think they just get Thiago off them as well, so you never know. He could be. Say, look, this is a quality club. They're looking for a centre back. Who knows?
Oh, mate, can you imagine him just slot? I mean, I'm not being funny. He would just slot into your team, help younger players, and then him. I'm not being funny. Having him, Van Dijk, and Gomez. Do you know what I mean? So
He's left back, doesn't he, Joe?
Yeah, he's a left back, but he can also play
He
centre back.
plays centre back though, can't he? Because he
Yeah.
Bayern Munich seem to convert players like from one position and they go and become world class in another, don't they? Like it's mad.
To be fair, him and Van Dijk would be power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
Joe, what's happened to that? What's his name? The centre mids you heard from Bayern.
Thiago.
Yeah, where's he?
Injured.
He might make an appearance tomorrow night. Actually,
Oh,
he's been out ever since the Everton game with the injury from that ridiculous Richarlison challenge.
yeah.
Hopefully he'll be back and begin game time soon because he's quality. Like
Yeah,
he's
got
too
it.
good to not be playing.
Yeah.
He's the sort of player that we would have really needed the other night against West Brom. He can do that killer pass. He can open up a defence. Even though he's a defensive sort of like deep line playmaker,
Yeah.
he
still got it in it.
He's class.
Yeah.
Like I was watching a few highlights on YouTube, and obviously everything looks better on YouTube. But just some of the passes he does for Bayern and stuff last season, it's just like, wow, how does he see that? And just the little flicks and the tricks and stuff that just create the space for the next pass and whatever.
He dictates the play, doesn't he? Like you say, he sits deep, but he dictates the
Well,
play.
he was in-
Game, doesn't he?
He's in the driver's seat. Like he'll play like a Kevin De Bruyne sometime.
He's a bit like Kevin De Bruyne, but a bit further back, if you know what I mean.
Like Modric, like how Mourinho got Modric playing, basically.
Yeah, he was in the FIFA Best 11 as well, and he was the focal point in the middle. He was dead centre. You know, you dictate play. That's what you're good at, and I think he can just control games the way he plays.
Imagine him, Fernandes, and De Bruyne in the same three-way centre mid.
It'd be good, but I think you might be.
Figure out though.
I know, but going forward, Joe.
Oh yeah, going forward would be amazing. Wouldn't it?
On paper, it sounds great. Like
You need like a Shaka or an El Nini in there.
just to balance.
Højbjerg in there.
Yeah, maybe.
How you feeling about Rashford this season, man? I was just reading. There's a comment in the that. Can I read it out to you?
Yeah, go for it.
Alfred Rayner. Rashford should give up on goals and focus on being a midfield wingman. He's a poor striker. Get Haaland before Cavani retires.
Personally,
he goes on to say, the only thing Rashford knows is pace and runs like a headless chicken from the wing. He's cost us 7 Premier League titles since he's been in your starting 11.
I wouldn't quite say that.
I think he's only been around since 2015.
I think
He's
he's
cost
class.
him 7.
I think he's class. His finishing and his decision making is really frustrating at times. I think he is a winger, right or left. He's not a striker. Yeah, now and again he could do it. And I think you're right. Haaland, everyone wants Haaland, but I've got to be realistic. As much as I want him, I don't think we're getting him. I think
Why can't Man United get a player like that? Man United are still one of the biggest clubs in the world, don't they? Why couldn't you get?
Because I think there's going to be other teams like not being. I don't think Liverpool would go for him because I don't think Liverpool will be spending big money on a lot of players. I think it'd be one player at a time. But let's be honest, you got Man City, Real Madrid, and Barca. I know they haven't got the money, but let's be honest, he's a generator. We said it about Grealish.
Have the prestige there, like with Barcelona and Real Madrid. I'm not saying we have the prestige. We have the money and we have the manager.
Yeah. And can you imagine him? Can you imagine Haaland going into Man City now, going in there like, look at me, like being I am the main man, and that's exactly what Man City need up front because you ain't got a main man. Aguero's nearly finished. Jesus just isn't that. He's not a striker. He's more of a sort of
like Rashford.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got all the tricks in that. But Haaland, I'd love him, but I'm not getting my hopes up as much as I would love him to be at Man United because I think that would be amazing. But I've got to be realistic. I don't think.
I think a striker like Haaland would take any team to the next level.
Oh, 100%.
Because he's that geezer that could just do it on his fucking
I
own.
think the only problem you've got to understand. I think the only problem is he's not going to. Where his next move is, he's only going to be there about 3 or 4 years, and then he'll move. Because I think he probably will go in the Premiership, but he'll move because I see that with his agent, his players don't stay somewhere for longer than 5. I mean, Pogba's been held.
City, he'll be there till he's about 30.
Do you think he'll be there that long?
He can do anything he wants, really, can't they? So
surely he's going to go to Spurs with Sergio Ramos, isn't he?
Isn't this
I mean, that's the thing.
I see him going City. That's the only shirt I can see him putting on next. I really
I think for Kevin, for you guys, I honestly think you'll have Grealish and Sancho next season.
Yeah, I think we'll be the one to go for Sancho because I still think we'll.
I
play
would
the
be a
stupid-
fucking bad.
I don't think Sanchez is worth that money. But then saying that, I think you're going to see if we did get Sancho eventually, you're going to see Greenwood will then hopefully go up top because he's got Van Persie's left foot.
Let me tell you my thinking. Fuck Sancho. Whoever gets Grealish is mounting a challenge for that top place. I'm telling you that now. The amount of
I
free
think we'll get it.
he gets you is unfucking real. That geezer is going to make you up there.
He's
When you
generational.
bring
Is he an attacking midfielder, or left winger? Where does he play? I'm not
What
sure.
he is, Joe, he's fucking outstanding, man. He
What,
really is.
Grealish?
Yeah, Grealish.
He's like left. He's sort of like left, sort of comes in, but he's not a left wing.
But I'll be honest with you. I said it to someone yesterday. You might think I'm stupid for this, but he's in my top 20, 25 best players in the world right now, without a shadow of a doubt. He's
If,
that good.
if Liverpool let Wijnaldum go, could he play that sort of role? Do you think?
Yeah, easily.
Not for like a holding. Not like a.
No, not necessarily a holding. Sort of like a Mezzala, someone who can, kind of like attack midfield, but also.
Yeah, 100%.
I imagine him spearheading a diamond more than anything else because you've got them 3 attackers that are going to stay there, aren't you? I don't know. I don't know what you could do with him. You need your 2 at least central midfielders, didn't you?
Oh yeah. By the way, guys, I've just got a shout out because my kids are watching. So, Lacey, Jake, and Riley, thanks for watching, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, guys. We love you.
Well, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. What are you doing?
Go to bed.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, Grealish, I would take in a heartbeat. I know we're quite well off, but then saying that, Matt has sort of coming to the end of his sort of thing. Pogba's going to be going. To be fair, I don't think we need to go right. Pogba plays there. We need to get that replacement because I think Donny fits in there. Everyone's fucking said that about Donny van der Beek. So I'm not being funny. Martial and Lingard's going to be off. So bring Grealish in there. No one's going to come and say, right, I need to start every game. I think he is made. He's made for playing in Champions League. He's made for being the.
I'll tell you what though, Kev, there's a good point in the chat. Same dude. He says Grealish is insane, but we've got Bruno.
Yeah, but they don't play the same position. They're
You can't have both.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do you need both of them? But surely you
can because I'm not being funny. We say that you say that with having when we have Greenwood, Martial, and Sancho and all this. You work around. You fit those players in.
But one of them needs to go wide, and you can't put Bruno wide. And I know Grealish is predominantly on the left, but he likes to drift in, and he's that attacking midfielder.
Yeah, then let Bruno slide to the. They can move.
Coming back to Joe's point as well about the centre mid, I don't think he could play it, Joe, because he doesn't defend well. He's not. That's his only point. He can't defend. He's not really good at defending. So you'd have to put him more on the wing. Do you know what I mean? Not in that.
I see him spearheading a diamond in a free roll. I really do.
Free roll, yeah.
You just put him behind the attackers and you say, do you, man? Come pick the ball up where you need to, do you? Because he's that sort of player. He's like Bruno Fernandes, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think you could work. With moving because Fernandes could move back a bit. I don't know. I think you could work. I understand the similar sort of players, but I think you could end up having too much. And as long as you've got good defensive behind them, I still think you'd work it. It's a good problem to have, to be fair.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
funny. You wouldn't say, no, I don't want Grealish. If you've got a chance of getting Grealish, I mean, he ain't going to come cheap, is he?
Was it 80 million, wasn't it?
You sell Pogba, you have offloaded a lot of fun there as well.
Yeah.
And like the same thing with what you can call it, Haaland, Mino Raiola. He just wants to sell. He wants Pogba to leave as soon as possible. So like
he wants to make his. He wants to, if he knows a player's not quite, on the top of form. When a player's not on top of form, he always wants to try and move them and make the money on. I know he says he looks after his clients, but he makes enough money out of his clients. You know what I mean?
What about his comment for you, Kev? This geezer, man. Donny is iPhone Lite from Wish.com.
God, not that bad.
Who is that, Kenny?
I mean, he ain't getting the chance, is he, to be fair?
No, and it's not been bad. I mean, they probably had like one game where he weren't quite on it, but I think we lost that game. But any other time he's come on, he's made a difference.
It's like an episode of Simpsons. You played really well in training, and that's why it's really hard to cut you.
Yeah. You're cut nonetheless. Fred's getting in.
Wolves just had a shot, but it's still sort of, end to end.
What minute are we in, Kev?
We're on 60 minutes and 61 minutes now.
And what do you reckon so far? How's the second half looking?
It's basically pretty much the same, to be fair. It's not really, Martial's coming on now. Not sure who's coming on for. Doesn't look very happy, but he never does anyway. So there's no change there.
You know what he reminds me of? Does anybody remember 8 Mile?
Cool.
Yeah.
A little bit of Papa Doc.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
Can't remember, man.
But I think if you look at January, like this season, I'd say there will be 1 or 2 kind of big marquees, but everything else is just going to be trying to offload dead wood,
Yeah.
Because like
Is this geezer a Man United fan in the chat? Because he hasn't got a lot of love for his Man United players.
Where is he?
Martial, another clueless man coming on. I mean, you can't blame him, can you? Any of
No,
them.
he's right. He's right. Not about Donny, though. He's wrong about that.
Well, he's an iPhone Lite from Wish.com.
Yeah.
But what does Donny van de Beek have to do? Like, because he's literally kind of, he's not even getting substitute appearances, is he?
No, it's changed because you started him pretty early on.
I'm a bit confused about the Greenwood comment. You can't say Greenwood's not going to be in the starting 11 for the next 3 years, lethal from the bench. That guy's the boy's got talent. I can't have that. Greenwood will be in our starting 11.
Yeah, have all the players, man. You've got to have love for Greenwood if you're a Man United supporter, surely.
No, I agree with him. I can't see Greenwood being in the starting lineup. It's Man United.
No,
Man United.
that boy's got talent.
You get Sancho in, you've got Sancho and Rashford. Are you going to play him over them two? No fucking way.
Well, you've seen the way Sancho plays.
You ain't getting a look in unless you got fucking injuries or you need to put him on half time or whatever. He ain't going to look in.
Well, that's on the assumption they get Sancho.
No way.
Have you seen Greenwood?
Yeah, it's quality, but he's not United quality. He's not Sancho quality, is he? Or Rashford quality.
He's
No,
been
no.
better than Sancho this season. Sancho's been shit.
No, he's not better than
Yeah, I
Sancho.
know. Greenwood's 18.
He's not better than
Greenwood's won us games on his own.
no manner, mate.
Greenwood is Crystal Palace.
Sancho comes in, Kev. He's starting ahead of Greenwood, buddy. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, but
Week in,
Greenwood.
week
Yeah,
out.
but listen. You're losing the point. Greenwood is a striker, and he's been put on the right wing because we haven't got a right winger.
So
the
you
whole
think
idea-
Greenwood's going to be your main striker in the next few years?
No, you don't have one main striker, do you? You have more than one striker.
With his backup.
Varney be in the
You don't have a backup, not at all. It's squad rotation. You
What
don't
if
have
you
one
did buy Haaland? What if you got
Yeah,
Haaland?
if you've got Haaland.
Oh yeah, him and Haaland. He played with Haaland because you.
How can you play? You can't play them both together.
Huh?
You can't. You're going to have 2 up front.
Well, you rotate, don't you? You move things around. You don't just have one striker for the whole season.
No,
You'll have to swap. Hey, you'll have to swap him for Grealish. You'll have to put it in the transfer deal for Grealish.
No, he don't get a look in for it.
Now,
do you do with Tottenham then?
himself.
How many? What do you do with Harry Kane then when he don't play? Who plays instead of Harry Kane? Does he play every game for you?
Yeah, we put Sunday, but I'm saying like he's not going to be your number one. He's not going to be your number one
So
striker.
does Harry Kane. You don't have one striker. You can have some teams that play 2 strikers. Not that many teams do. They play 2 strikers. Yeah,
I get that, but if you're getting someone like Haaland in,
We ain't
time.
they're not getting him in. As much as I wish we
Yeah, but if
was.
you get Haaland, Messi,
Within a year, you're going to be buying a world class striker. It's obvious you need it. A world class striker, you're going to be getting it.
Yeah,
It's a amount of time, mate.
I don't. As much as I would love Haaland because I think he's going to be the golden boy for the next 10 years. I don't think we'll get as much as I'd love to get him. I just think he will have a pick of teams. And personally, we had our chance to get him for 20 million, and we didn't get him then. And Solskjaer fucking spoke to him, and he basically, what did Riley say?
oh, that's what scared him off.
He turned around and basically he turned around and said that he turned around and told Haaland that he was going to be Lukaku, and then Riley said it's the worst thing he should have said to him.
Say what he told him.
Greenwood is Crystal Palace talent.
Lukaku, he's like, I don't want to be fucking Lukaku. I'm better.
Yeah, if you knuckle down.
Yeah.
That
I'm
geezer's
down, you can be my Lukaku, and I'll fuck you off like I did him. Do you know what I mean? So
Alfred makes a good point. Greenwood is Crystal Palace talent. I'd probably agree with that. Zaha, same sort of players.
No, that's bollocks.
Well, he's better than Zaha.
Huh?
Is he better than
Who's
Zaha?
Greenwood? Yeah.
Fuck off! What?
How many times, right? How many
Kenny?
times has Zaha won games? How good has he been this season?
Oh, let's have a vote. Kenny, who's better right now, Zaha or Greenwood?
If I had to take one of them at Arsenal, I would take Greenwood.
Same.
If I had to take, one, I would.
Fucking hell!
Dean, how much is Greenwood worth now, and how much is Zaha worth?
Zaha's worth probably 80, isn't he?
No way.
Yeah.
No way. He's not worth
He's
that.
done a lot, man. I
Yeah,
think
but
40
how many
million.
teams have
They wanted 80 for him, didn't they? Arsenal offered like 60, 70 mil. He didn't
Yeah,
take
but he
it.
was banging then. What's he
No.
done since? He ain't
They-
done
yeah.
fuck all since.
And they wanted the money up front. That's the only reason Arsenal didn't get him, because they wanted the money up front, and Arsenal wanted to pay out.
Zaha's worth more than Greenwood all day. All day.
Like,
Oh,
like
because
Oh, the
of his
big
talent.
fish in the small pond, but you
Zaha
put him
versus-
in a big pond, he's just another fish.
Yeah.
Zaha's proven. Greenwood's just come in. He's done a few bits, yeah, but Zaha's been proven.
God.
He's
Oh,
burst on the scene, man. I like him. We were arguing the toss between who was better at him and Martinelli.
yeah.
Isn't it? I mean, Martinelli's fucking class. So
Oh, wow, mate. I can't see how we're debating this.
Nate,
Martinelli's better than Greenwood.
Pedro needs to
Zaha's not as good. Zaha's not as good as Greenwood. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
but quickly, who's better, Martinelli or Greenwood?
Greenwood.
Who would I take?
Martinelli or Greenwood?
Oh, Martinelli all day.
Yeah, innit? Joe?
All day. All day.
Martinelli, yeah. Paul?
Can't choose. I'm about even right now, I think.
Yeah, your man just put a point on there. Zaha is old but better. Thanks very much. Cheers, Alfred.
No.
Cheers, mate. Someone that knows makes sense.
No.
So, you see, the thing is, right? With Greenwood, he's only 18. You have the potential. You know, if he does get the game time, which he will this season, because
I mean, most people have potential. Dele Alli's had potential. Dele Alli at 18, 19 was
Don't
brilliant.
compare him to Dele Alli.
Yeah, that's that all the thing.
Come on, mate. There's been loads of players that have had plenty of potential and gone to be nothing. Come on.
Dele Alli's never
Dele
looked as good as
who?
what Greenwood has. Greenwood's fucking dangerous. Anywhere in the box, both feet. Greenwood's fucking decent. That's
Plenty of
it.
players like that, mate. You've got to prove it.
He can hit the ball as hard as anyone, can't he, Greenwood?
Yeah.
I think he'll be around for a long time. I think he'll be playing. I don't know, maybe.
He'll be a star for England. He'll be a star for England, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, if you look at the United academy, they're just churning out these forwards fairly.
Yeah.
Rashford, you have.
He does his game on Van Persie, doesn't he? Greenwood. The way he takes the ball, he sounds exactly how Van Persie used to.
Right, steady on. Yeah, fucking hell, mate. Jesus
Didn't-
Christ. First of all, he's better than Martinelli, and now
No, it's going too far, isn't it?
No, I didn't say
He
he's better
don't
than
get
Van
started,
Persie.
Kenny.
Forget it. Forget the whole thing. Zaha's better. Forget fucking Greenwood.
Yeah, he don't start him. He's better than Sancho. He's better than fucking Zaha, but he don't start him. Yeah, he's great, isn't he?
Wait, have you seen Sancho this season, Dean?
No.
He's awesome this
He
season.
doesn't play. He doesn't
Do you know
play.
who I take from
It's so out of
Dortmund is I take
Oh, wait, there's been a goal. I think it's off. Oh, handball.
What?
Wait, oh, no. I think Cavani's offside.
What, has he put it in the net?
Yeah, it's basically Bailly headed it down, and I think one of the Wolves defenders handballed it, but then Cavani's put it in, but Cavani was offside, so it was Cody. But I don't know what's happening. If we're getting a VAR.
Kev.
Oh, fuck's sake.
We'll find a way.
VAR penalty. Fucking hell. What's going on?
Yankee.
Got the goal. It's been counted as a goal.
No goal.
It's been cancelled. Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's not been counted. They just put it on the screen,
Come
so
on,
it's 1-0, and now he's put his hand up. I don't know why it's been ruled out.
What's it offside, Kev?
Yeah, he was offside, but there was a handball before it, but I don't think VAR's seen it. But they ain't shown a replay, which is helpful.
You will score, Kev, trust me.
Fernandes
To
is
be
still-
fair,
That's it.
since Martial's come on, we've actually had a few more, like, we seem to be getting a bit closer, so.
Who did he come on for? Who did Martial come on for?
I'm not
Cavani?
sure. Rashford's still on. I think it was Greenwood, actually.
Done nothing.
That's because you're talking about him.
Yeah,
Honestly.
It was Greenwood. Yeah.
Lads, as Woody's a guest, give Chelsea a mention.
No,
'Cause
fuck.
they look like
Yeah, we need to talk about Arsenal Chelsea on his
Go
behalf.
to the toilet, 2 seconds.
yeah.
So like I
What
just
do you want to say about Chelsea, Joe? You got something you want to say?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's all this money spent, and they're still struggling.
You feel like
It's-
they should be doing a lot better. We thought a few weeks ago they were the team that were going to kick on and start hitting
Yeah, we
form.
did. We were all thinking it. Even like Woody at the start of the season wasn't getting ahead of himself. And fair play, keeping.
He got excited though, didn't he? A couple of
Yeah,
weeks ago.
and then after the what I think they went 17 games unbeaten and won a lot of those games, and we're all thinking, Jesus, Chelsea actually looking the real deal. And all of a sudden, there's the one game they lost. I can't remember who it was too. But
Everton?
after that,
They drew against Everton.
it could have been, yeah, it could have been someone like that. And then after that,
They got draws, then they got battered by Arsenal.
yeah, to be fair, I thought he deserved to win that. So
yeah.
yeah,
Do you know what as well? And it's the same today in Brighton. We haven't had luck all season. Like literally, you couldn't write it because people wouldn't believe you. They think you made it up. But last couple of games, luck's actually gone our way. Like there's no way in a million years Saka meant to put that ball in the top corner.
He laughed when he got asked, didn't he? He laughed about it, didn't he? That was quite funny.
Of course I meant it.
I know, yeah.
You see Tammy.
I definitely meant it.
Yeah, you see Tammy when they're walking off the pitch. I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles was asking him about it. And Tammy Abraham was walking by and he walked past him and went, "Fuck, you didn't mean that." Like, fuck off. And they just started cuddling each other.
You talking about Chelsea, do you think, I mean, obviously, Frank seems to be getting a bit of a free, well, I think his free rides came in over the hill now, because obviously it was always Ollie that was the PE teacher and Frank was amazing, but, do you not think it maybe is a little bit too much, like the buys they've done, there's too much, and then it's like, right, we don't know how we're going to play, and it's a bit like maybe probably shouldn't have bought as many attacking midfielders they got. Do you think?
I think they put unnecessary pressure on him, Kevin.
Yeah. No, I think he should be under pressure.
He showed he can do a good job.
Yeah.
He showed he could do a good job with the youngsters, right? Reece James has come through. He looks quality. Mason Mount looks a good player. Tammy Abraham. These are players that he said, look, I trust in you.
Yeah.
He got them top four with that, and he didn't have a transfer window that last year.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, boom, we've got a transfer window. Come on, let's just go splurge money left, right, and centre. All that's done for him is put pressure on him.
Yeah,
you're right.
Himself.
We're all saying it. He spent 200 million.
Yeah.
You've got to be competing.
I think that's the Abramovich move, I honestly think that he just went, look, we're back in the market, let's spend. And to be honest, you got Timo Werner and
they weren't bad players as well. They bought, were they?
They're not bad.
Do you know what I mean?
Not bad, but they cancel each other out, I think.
Yeah.
When they play together, so you have two top class forwards that can play together.
I don't think an experienced manager would have bought that many players.
It's an Abramovich move.
They would. I don't think Joe.
Kevin, it's not even just the amount of players; it's the price. If you spend so much money on a player, Kai Havertz right now is been a flop so far.
Look at what they
But
spent.
because you paid 80 million for him,
Nicholas Pepe is signing that, isn't it? At the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just when you spend that amount of money, you got to play these players, or else you just look stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're spending 80 million on a player just to keep him on the bench. Yeah, it just doesn't work, and he's not playing well. Werner looks like he's well out of form. Okay, he's always looked lively.
When he first came in, I thought he was shit. I thought I couldn't really get the hype. I mean, I saw him before, but I didn't get the hype around him. I thought he was poor, and everyone was saying, "Yeah, he looks like he's going to be a quality player." And then he had a few games where he's banging goals, and now he's back to it again.
Yeah,
it's not enough, man. They should have. The big mistake they made against Arsenal is not playing Giroud from the start. I mean, that's just a fucking mistake. Everyone knows ex-players come back to haunt Arsenal. They always do. And Giroud as well, he's banging goals. Why the fuck did you leave him out? This is the thing. Whenever we leave Giroud out, they don't perform. And we ask the question, why is he not playing Giroud? Why is this geezer never playing, not playing every week for a team?
I do think Lampard is a good manager, or at least a good manager in the making.
Yeah.
I just
the youth manager.
They should have let him evolve into being a good manager instead of saying, right, 200 million, now you have to win everything. It's just straight away.
Yeah, but Joey, I mean, if you're the chairman of the club, or even if you're Frank Lampard, right, and Chelsea haven't spent any money for a year because of the transfer ban or whatever, and they've got the money sitting there and go and spend 200 million, you would be looking at players like Kai Havertz and Timo Werner because they did need them. Thiago Silva, Chilwell. These are signings that, on paper, they look as if they're going to improve the squad. So I don't think you could blame him for making those signings. You're right in what you're saying about it's added pressure. That comes with any big price tag, wouldn't it? It was spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do? Anyone in his position would have done the same thing. And I don't think any of the signings, when you look at them beforehand,
I don't think they're
have been
expected
bad
to do
signings.
that, are they?
Yeah, but it's not even just about getting getting good signings of big name players, but getting the right players.
Yeah.
And that's one thing Klopp has done very well. He's
Yeah,
only ever spent big when he knew it was the right player for the club. Timo Werner hasn't proved to be any better than, say, someone like Tammy Abraham.
No.
Kai Havertz hasn't proved anything so far.
No.
The only good signing they've made, well, okay, two. They've done well with Ben Chilwell, and I think Thiago Silva looks quality.
Ziyech looks all right, but I mean, he's not sort of hit the heights yet, has he?
Ziyech will be good. Ziyech will be
Yeah,
fine.
sorry, yeah, Ziyech as well. Yeah, he's done good, but he wasn't a ridiculous price player, was he, Ziyech?
Oh, they got him for a bargain. That was a steal.
What was that, like 40 odd mil, weren't it? Or
Oh,
30?
Yeah, something not
Yeah.
ridiculous. And Mendy's come in, and let's be honest, anyone's an improvement on
Yeah,
Kepa. So
yeah.
you know, and there's another classic signing, Kepa, 76 million. Put pressure on him, all of a sudden he looks shit. He
Yeah.
wasn't a bad keeper at, I think it was Bilbao. He wasn't a bad keeper.
Yeah, but he never looked like he had the build to be a fucking top draw keeper anyway. I know.
Yeah, but neither did De Gea, and then all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
I know. But I still think De Gea's got that in him. I still don't see De Gea as like a safe pair of hands back there. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Kev, how do you feel?
He did have that good 4 or 5 season spell where he was probably the best keeper in the world.
Yeah, I think he did. He seems to have lost. I don't know. I think Spanish keepers have always got that thing with the whole punching out and where you got like a German keeper or a British keeper where they don't need to punch out. They quite actually grab it. Where I think sometimes Spanish keepers, they always, like Casillas. Like I used to say he was a world-class keeper. I've never thought Casillas was a world-class because for the amount of times he used to just punch it. Yeah, if you punch it and you get it away, that's fine. But if you punch it and it goes to, and you know.
You know what it is, Kevin? Spanish keepers are bloody brilliant shot stoppers.
Yeah.
Their reflexes and their agility is amazing. It's fantastic. But they're never built like, a big, like a lane.
They're quite skinny, aren't they? There's not got much about them. Yeah.
They're always about agility and being really quick.
Yeah.
If you look at the way keepers are playing now, you look at the two Brazilian keepers, Ederson and Alisson. It's playing out from the back. You're tackling outside the box some days. Like it's completely evolved.
Oh, man, you had a throw. Rashford. Oh.
Did Rashford mess it up or what?
Well, to be fair, he sort of did all right to get the ball down, but he sort of
defended him. Did he mess it up?
Let me just see it again.
Greenwood would have scored.
Offside.
Yeah,
he's offside, so he just blamed that as an offside. Bring it down was good. Yeah. No, the final touch was shocking.
Joe, would you be screwing if United score last minute?
Me?
Yeah.
No, not really. I whatever. If they deserve to win, they deserve to win. Like
You don't give a fuck about Man United, man. They're not on Liverpool level.
Mental. I'll ask the same question to you, please, Paul. Same question to you, Paul. Would you be screwed if Man United scored last minute goal or not?
Would I be screaming if United scored the last minute? I'd be like, for fuck's sake, like.
Yeah.
If I saw United play outside my back garden, I'd probably close the windows.
And what makes Joe so smug to not even care that, you know what I mean? United are probably the second favourites here, and he don't even care that United.
Do you know what it is, Dean? Do you know what it is? In the last couple of seasons now, I've just bought into Klopp, and he always says we just focus on ourselves.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
I like watching other teams, and I do enjoy just watching football in general. Even if it is a rival, I'll still watch it.
Rivals to lose, Joe, didn't you?
Oh, obviously, yeah. I mean, if it's lose, I'll be happy about it, but it won't bring me down if Man United end up winning the match or something. That's what it is. I always think just focus on yourself. Do your
You're always
best.
supposed to look up, though, aren't you? You're always supposed to look up. You don't look behind you.
Yeah.
Look up.
Yeah, that's it.
You're winning. It don't matter.
As long as we keep winning, it doesn't matter what everyone else does, in my opinion. It doesn't matter.
No.
See, to be fair, I'm not really. I used to be like that with Man United, obviously, like fucking 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But now, honestly, I don't really give a fuck about anything as long as Tottenham don't win at the weekend and Arsenal do. It's got to that point now. That's all I care about. Like, I'm as happy either way. Tottenham lose, I'm fucking delighted. If Arsenal win, perfect.
You know what? Tottenham and Arsenal have a ridiculous rival. Liverpool and Everton, do you know, it's never going to be as fierce as that. During the game, sure, but Liverpool is so far ahead of Everton in terms of winning trophies and being a bigger club and stuff.
Ooh.
Arsenal are even further ahead of fucking Tottenham than you probably are Everton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, true, but in terms of who's going to be challenging or whatever for each.
Yeah, but at least Everton have the decency. At least Everton know their fucking role. At least they know that Liverpool are the big boys and they're little pieces of shit in comparison. Whereas these lot don't. They've won nothing and they're fucking strutting around the place still.
Everton would be thinking that if they finished ahead of Liverpool last 5 seasons.
Problem is, Spurs have got a great stadium, but they don't exactly got the trophies to go with it.
Finishing above us ain't
thank
enough,
you, Kel.
man. Finishing
Yeah,
above
thank
us
you.
ain't enough when we're still fucking winning.
Like they
Cups. It makes no difference. Got to win.
Actually, Paul,
where we
who do you
put the
find more of
trophy.
a rival?
There's too many people talking here, lads. What?
Sorry, Paul. Who do you find more of a rival for Man City, Liverpool or Manchester United?
The last 4 seasons now, it's been Liverpool because it's been neck and neck for the last few years, But
Yeah.
like the thing is, I always want to fucking beat United. I don't care, even if it's a fucking friendly. I want to beat them.
Yeah.
But
It is.
like they don't exist past Derby Day. Like whatever happens with them, that happens. Unless
The Hayes gone down.
If Man
What?
City
The Hayes gone down.
Get in!
Dean, you're hating Man United more than Arsenal these days.
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
Well, because they're getting away with fucking murder every game.
He's gone down. His shoulder.
They've
is
done
not-
well now, I'll give them it. And they attacked really good. But fucking the first 10 games, Kenny, they should have been fucking down there with you, mate. I'm not going to say any more
You
about
say
it.
that right, but you're not that. Look where we are.
I know.
Look what you've been doing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Skanky.
I know, but we've not looked as bad as you lot. You lot look shit at the start. Your defence looked pap.
Yeah, but the problem is Tottenham suddenly think they've got Gareth Bale, got the nice stadium. You think you're challenging for the title. We're like, you're fucking Spurs. You
It's
ain't,
not
mate.
about us, man. It's about you. You've got away with murder. You've been the luckiest team this season.
Yeah, but I think what Kev's saying
What?
is,
We won.
listen, what Kev means is, who the fuck are you and Tottenham to speak to Man United about anything?
Yeah.
I'm a genuine football fan, and the United and Gary Neville say any commentator say the same. And they're still saying it now. Roy Keane and that United look pap. They look shit. Not now.
And where are we in the
First
league?
10 games, 10, 11 games. Everyone was saying, "What the fuck?" United look shit. Like the
Yeah, I know, but where are we in the league?
Obviously, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying you're the luckiest team in the Premier League.
But look at Liverpool. Liverpool are top, and they exactly played the Liverpool way.
They're playing well in a minute. Yeah, I'll give you that. But
Yeah.
the first 10 games,
Some of their games, they've been
down
lucky.
where Arsenal were.
Yeah, it's just how it is. But
That's what annoys me about it. That's what annoys me.
How many weeks until Arsenal take over Tottenham, Dean? How many
only
weeks?
a couple.
Mate, it all depends on these next 3 or 4 games. We've got shit teams, so
Don't worry, man.
if we don't beat them, then
Well, winnable games anyway.
yeah, they're all winnable games. If we don't beat them, then fucking hell, you got an easy chance.
United are on the attack.
I can honestly see this being the season where Mourinho wins nothing. First time ever where Mourinho's gone to a club and not won it. I can just see it. It's Tottenham, isn't it?
Exactly that. It's Tottenham. It ain't Mourinho's
You know
fault.
what I mean? It's just our luck. It's just not going to happen.
Well, it's not your luck so much. It's more your quality.
That's just the Spurs
Kenny,
way,
how
isn't it?
quality. Come on, man. The
Quality's
team
a-
we've got-
Spursy.
Tino's just gone to Paris and he's going to win his first ever trophy. Just proves that Tottenham manages shit.
I can
I
see
like
it happening already.
Spurs, when they were building the stadium, they were putting together a trophy cabinet, and they were like, "That's just wishful thinking." There now.
Yeah. Did they put one in the end?
Oh, Bruno.
They just put it in Liverpool.
What's happening, Kev?
We won the Audi
Man
Cup
United
last season.
going.
Mate, we're going live to Manchester, Dean.
Yeah, Man United.
Hang about, we won the Audi Cup.
Yeah, Man United they're sort of putting on the pressure now. Bruno's just had a shot outside the area, and I can't see if it was handball. No, it weren't. It was, to be fair, Cody was turning away, and he's just got caught. I think he got
You
caught.
looking more likely, Kev?
At the minute, it looks like last 5 minutes. It looks like lively. It looks pretty lively. But then saying that, Wolves can. Do you know what I mean? Wolves can quickly turn, can't they? We know what they're like. Silver's on for Wolves, so he's quite lively, isn't he? Youngster.
He's
So.
definitely off of De Gea's injury as well.
He's still on. To be fair, he was laying there like laying down like he was literally had to come off, but he seems to have got up and he's still playing. So, don't know.
Paul, when's your next fixture?
I don't know, to be honest.
Are you
When he
going to have
plays
an
the
next
Football
fixture?
Manager
Are we
next.
going to see Premier League fucking closing down again? Do you think for a little while or not?
Like the thing is, like if Fulham postpone their match, like is it a case of are they going to wait for another club to have?
Well, because that's 2 in 2 days, then, isn't it? Or 2 in 3 days, should we say?
But like if it does go ahead, like we'd have to figure out who's actually out to actually gauge. Like, let's say if both goalkeepers are out, we'd have to get an emergency goalkeeper in, or someone from the under-21s. You know.
No, but then I mean, it's not. It's difficult, isn't it? I don't know, because you can't postpone it because financially it hits them too hard. But then if you carry on with all your fucking main players out of coronavirus,
The only time it
lose
should
games and-
affect the game should be if it affects your training complex, because then you can't train to be like, train ready, fully fit. So that's the thing. Yours was done from a hotel, so
Yeah.
really you shouldn't be cancelling any fixtures. Obviously, Newcastle have to cancel, reschedule a game, didn't they? Or
Yeah, I think.
it was a couple of games at Newcastle, or was it one game?
Yeah. I think our next game is it the
You got us in the cup. You got us in the cup.
That's it. Like that's a big game to
Yeah.
be postponing as well. Like, because that's the kind of like, well, it's Manchester fucking derby. Like,
It's a joke cup. Don't worry about it. It's a fucking joke cup.
our fourth year in a row if we fucking win this one. So like, look,
Pointless. What's the point of it?
if we win silverware, it's success at any season. Where it's still better than Spurs.
Yeah, I know. I'm still bitter about you knocking us out, mate. That's all.
That's, the thing is, like with the Carabao Cup, like at the end of the day, it's an early cup win. It gives momentum to players who mightn't necessarily play every Premier League game. It'll keep them sweet,
No, exactly that, mate. Paul, Kev, how long we got left, mate?
I'm on 88 minutes.
All right.
Wow.
So I think it will be a draw, 0-0 draw.
Who would have predicted that?
Joey, your predictions, mate. You're pretty bang on, ain't you?
Yeah, he knows his shit, mate. Does Joey?
He does know.
Who's
Also, I
reading
think I wasn't expecting this.
Football Manager?
Yeah, he's a beast on Football Manager, unless he plays me in a Community Shield.
Well, but to be fair, I didn't.
He got disconnected right before kickoff, man, and I ended up playing some random fucking setup. Had nothing to do
Bit
with it.
suspect that, Joey, isn't it? Bit suspect.
Yeah,
No,
you can tell by the lineup it weren't right, man. I don't know what is a. I mean, he's got to have words with his assistant manager there. It's a fucking joke. Threw the game away, but we're taking.
I was like, that's completely different to what I've been playing. Well, not completely different, but it's a bit different.
That's just Jurgen Klopp going on holidays again, like,
Yeah, well, it's not Jurgen, but yeah.
play the under-21s there, be grand.
Yeah.
Who you got next,
To
Dave?
be fair, I looked at the what was it? The
Oh, yeah,
expected
France,
goals.
yeah. Well, if it comes off, I don't know if the game's going to go ahead.
Fucking, it needs to be. We've got to go ahead. We need to climb the table, mate. It's atrocious. We're at 8th or 9th.
How many players at Fulham have got COVID then? Do you know?
I ain't got a clue, mate.
That's a shame for Fulham because I feel like
There's only a couple.
they've just started getting their act together a little bit more. Fulham, they're starting to look like a football team again. And now they've got to get hit with this. Got a
Yeah,
feel
they
for
got
Scotty
playing well
Parker.
after the Leicester win.
Hey?
Didn't they go away to Leicester and they won 2-1? Fulham.
Yeah.
Yeah, they start to look a better team again.
They look more organised. They look like they've got something about them now, and now this. I mean, I don't know who's got it yet. I haven't looked into it, but
You know, I quite like Scott Parker as a manager as well. He seems like a decent, down-to-earth guy.
I know what you mean, man. I like
He's got a lot
it.
of potential, don't they? They reckon that he's, he just absorbs as much as he can, and they reckon that. I mean, hopefully with Fulham, they don't seem like a team that sack everyone. Hopefully they would. The manager, the chairman, seems to stick by his managers, doesn't he? So hopefully they'll.
I can't wait to see what happens. We've got to attack. We can't just sit back. So it's going to be interesting to watch because we have to attack. We can't just sit back against fucking Fulham.
5 minutes added time.
You want to be scoring 4 or 5 past them, really, if you're title contenders. We beat them 3-0.
Being told there, we've got there's 2 or 3 minimum, even if it's top 4.
Yeah, we scored 3 past them. We're 14th. Bear that in mind, Samurai, before
Yeah,
you.
but they're looking all right now, like you say. So,
Nah,
no,
3-0.
they look amazing right now. They're one of the best teams in the world.
But I think the Premier League are kind of telling them to postpone it or not because of
carry on. We need the points free.
That'd be more points. Well, not dropped, but postponed at least.
Yeah,
That's good.
Dino, if you lose, you might say they should have clapped.
Oh, mate, if we lose or draw, you won't see me, mate. That's me killing myself. I ain't gonna fuck. 100%, mate. Fulham
I
at
think it's
home,
crossed then, eh?
not good enough.
I'm still alive, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
about.
but you knew you was going to come good. Do you know what I mean? Now look here, you're laughing, you're loving life.
Well, no, we haven't come good yet. We've got lucky.
No, look at you, look like a new man. Look at that smile.
6 points. Fucking, it feels nice. I tell you, it does feel nice.
Hey, it's just nice to get a win, isn't it?
Nice to celebrate goals again, man. I haven't celebrated goals for months.
Yeah,
Like, it's
I
no difference whether we
I ain't,
score.
mate. Welcome to my world. At least you create chances, mate.
Right, are we talking?
We've got 6 past Man United. Like,
Who we got to talk about
Yeah.
next? We got to talk about Spurs against Wolves.
yeah, I think we did at the beginning. Yeah,
Did we? We done that.
yeah, we did.
We
Yeah,
covered all the. Have we covered all the games?
I don't know if we talked about City games. Did we?
Paul, did we do much of your game?
No.
we talked about Newcastle a bit, like, but
Touched
be,
on it.
be honest, it was on with the Newcastle game, like we just controlled the game from the first half, and then just kind of like I
There's
think
no surprises with City. It's not. There's not a lot to say with you guys.
Oh, no way.
You beat Newcastle, and it's just fucking you beat Newcastle. Like everyone's
Dean, are
expecting.
you in front of me?
I know, mate. I'm fucking hell.
Oh, Bruno Fernandes, is he?
Oh, he's just put him through. You're winding me up, Dean, ain't you, you prick?
I don't know. Something happened. I don't know, mate.
Dean, stop.
Oh, fuck you! Yeah! I told you! 93rd minute, I fucking told you!
Who is it? Bruno Fernandes.
Rashford.
Rashford. It was set up for it, wasn't it?
Do it! It's United luck. They fucking do it week in, week out.
Yeah, but there's nothing skanky about that. At the end of the day,
It's
we
last minute of a game. Fuck you, it's skanky as fuck.
It's not though. It's attacking. It's what happens when you attack and you press. Just because you don't attack, that's your problem. Harry Kane and Son are fucked by now for you.
93rd minute and they fucking score.
Oh yeah. So Paul, I was going to pick up on when we was
And
talking.
he calmly carries on with the conversation. Fuck you.
Dean, shut up. Dean, Paul, we was talking on the group and you were talking about your expectations for
Arsenal
Man
won as well today, Dean. Bear that in mind.
It weren't last minute,
and
Ken.
Joey, you picked up on it and saying,
No, it's still nice, isn't it?
Paul, what would you be happy with?
Do you not care that they've won last minute, Kenny?
He's
Do you not care?
furious.
Do you not care?
Who? Yeah, but he only cares about himself.
yeah.
He cares about his own team. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Paul, like,
No, it does annoy me, Kev. It does annoy me. Not as much as it does Dean, but it does fucking annoy me.
Thank you.
well, you know,
United have fucking always done that. They've
Always
it's
done
the
that.
United way. And Spurs way is bottling things. So do you know what I mean? That's what it is.
Or it's a deflection as well.
Was it? I'm just looking at shots on target. Man United 3, Wolves 5. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How do they do it?
And one of them's gone in. Oh, Scott McTominay's coming on. Kenny, you know all about him.
Oh,
trying
man,
to...
you're just...
oh yeah, playing Football Manager. Kenny's trying to buy Scott McTominay on the cheap. What a wank.
How much did I offer? It wasn't that cheap, was it? 20 million, I think.
20 million?
I offered you Ozil.
Exactly. That's something to
Oh,
sell.
that's a joke, man.
Ozil went 10 million for Scott McTominay. What's wrong with that?
Actually, I forgot to ask you, were you deliberately offering for Wijnaldum just to, make
Nah,
sure?
I didn't have the money. The board, I
Kenny,
sold-
I went to, you were going for
thought you were thinking
Martinho at Wolves.
Oh,
You was going for Martinho.
yeah,
I inquired, right, and they wanted £92 million for him up
yeah, they're
front.
taking the piss out of me as well,
He's
mate.
33.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you, Kevin. That is a bit of a skanky goal.
I mean,
That was
What
going
happened?
straight
Talk
at
us
the
through
I
the
keeper.
haven't seen it, but I just know.
Dean, did you?
That
All
was-
right,
that-
Kev, talk us through the goal. Talk us through it.
Oh, that was going straight at the keeper.
Well,
Right, let me have Joey's fucking perspective on this, actually, Kev.
You know what? Rashford, he does well. He gets a shot away. He's on the right side of the penalty area, so like far corner of the penalty area, and he shoots with his left foot, and it looks like it's just the keeper's just going to make a standard save, maybe push it wide, but it hits one of the Wolves defenders and just in the other side of the post.
That's what Rashford does, doesn't he? Like, not being funny, Rashford could do that all game. He can frustrate you, and you think seriously, you can sort it out, and then he'll come out with that.
Wow.
It sounds like
what's annoying about it is if it generally it don't hit anyone and it's a true shot, keeper saves it, but it doesn't. It hits the defender and goes in. But look, you've got to shoot to score.
We've been going at them the last 10 minutes. We've been going at
that's
them.
the thing, isn't it? About the pressure.
What happens? You have to keep going to the end.
And do you know what? You got to shoot to score. It don't matter how it goes in sometimes, does it?
Kev, where does this put you in the league, man? Let's have a look.
I think that's a point behind Liverpool, isn't it?
2 points behind Liverpool.
Wow.
2 points behind Liverpool, man.
Right.
Jesus. That must give anyone a boner.
Yeah, so, Paul, I was asking, like we were saying on the group, Joey picked up, I think Joey questioned, like, what would you say? Would you be happy with Man City winning this game?
Oh, you United fans like this. I thought Steve was the fucking calmest person. This cunt's exactly the same. Scores not.
Wait, listen, the cunt.
They're all scammed United fans. They're fucking horror. They don't understand how lucky they get it.
We're not lucky.
We die for a last minute fucking goal. We get
It's true.
We let Paul speak, man.
Steve's like, yeah, brilliant.
Ding, shut up and let Paul speak. You had your fuck's sake. Paul, go. What is your...
Mute him if he starts again.
Yeah. So, Dean, obviously, no, Paul, fucking hell, I'm getting confused. So, we said about, I think, didn't you say you'd be happy with, like, the cup and getting into top 4 would be a successful season or something?
Like a good Champions League run and staying in the top 4 is a good season for us. Because, like, look, I don't see us contending for the league at the moment.
I see you're not far off, are you? You're not far off now. You're literally behind us, aren't you?
Yeah, like we would have, like if we beat Everton yesterday, we would have won second place. But the thing is, like I don't see us winning the league. I see Liverpool winning the league, and it fucking kills me. But the thing is, we have an easy route in the Champions League. Like we have
that's a success for Man City and Pep Guardiola. I don't think that's a successful season.
I like the thing.
Wait, sorry, Paul, Kevin, are we still playing or is it over?
No, it's finished. I said it's finished.
Don't give a fuck, does he?
It's just
no, it's a surprise. 93rd minute winner, you're just taking it in your stride. Like you have it for breakfast, do you know what I mean? Which you do as a Man United fan. You do have last minute winners for fucking breakfast. And again for lunch. This is why they're not excited by it, Dean, because they've had 20 years of it.
No,
it's just Man United won last minute sound.
Crazy.
The thing is, we gave them the best last minute goal with the Aguero goal. You know, just take the title away from them.
I still think that's the best moment in Premier League history.
Yeah.
What about Company?
So iconic.
Yeah.
What Company?
There as well, literally standing there on the side of the pitch, thinking, "Have we won? Have we won? Have we won?" And next thing, Aguero out of fucking nowhere. I mean, it weren't even a tap in. It was a good goal.
But when you 2-0 down in that game and a man short.
Yeah, they were down.
That's
it was against QPR, weren't it?
QPR away.
Yeah.
No, it was Man City at home.
Was it? Okay.
Like what happened was Joey Barton threw out a.
Is Paul gone?
He's gone.
Either that or he's thinking really hard.
He looks like Dr. Evil.
The other side. The United Masters on the other side of the
Paul, we lost you for ages.
We lost you for about 10 seconds there, Paul.
Oh, we've lost him again.
He's gone again.
Right,
he's beside himself down there.
So,
mate, I'm distraught after that. Honestly.
Man United are second behind Liverpool, and they're 2 points in front. And Man United and Liverpool both got a game in hand. So we've got we've both played 15, and everyone else plays 16.
Joe, are you worried about them yet? Are we going to start taking United?
Shut up.
No, like I said, don't worry about other clubs, but
Yeah, but
Look,
I mean, if it starts getting tight and you can see another club sort of coming
yeah,
out.
if it starts getting to the point where Liverpool aren't playing well and Man United picking up results, and even if we are picking up results but not playing well, then I might
Which is the
start
case
thinking,
right now, isn't it? No, I mean, he just drew to West Brom.
yeah, no, I mean, I'll just put that down to a bad game. I still think we're well capable, and injuries at the moment.
Sorry, what is going on here? 10 games ago, was we all not laughing about Solskjaer? Was Roy Keane and Gary Neville not all taking a piss out of him, saying he's clueless and all that? Kenny, you were laughing about him.
Look, that's another clean sheet.
Yeah.
You were saying, what the fuck,
Chelsea,
man, he's
and
clueless.
Chelsea were being talked about being 10.
What's going on,
being
Kenny?
run Liverpool.
Man United, mate.
He said, we've all seen it. He's shitter manager. Man United look shit. How the fuck are they second?
Well, we don't look shit at the minute, do we? Let's be honest.
Fucking hell.
Look, we've seen Everton be second. We've seen Leicester, Southampton.
No,
Chelsea.
we've all sat here and laughed about Solskjaer.
It's gonna change, mate. It's gonna keep changing. It's just Man United in form right now. In 3
Joey.
or 4 games time, it might be completely different.
No, you've just
Joey.
said yourself in your own words. It was lucky. You've
Oi,
just
Joey, we've got you on Sunday, the
Yeah.
17th of January.
Yeah, that's our next game after tomorrow, I think.
Fucking, that's going to be worth watching.
Yeah.
I reckon 1-1.
It isn't.
and
Kenny, do
98
you know what? It isn't going to be worth watching. Liverpool
I
versus
think
Man U
we'll
is always
cancel
the
each
most
other
boring
out.
game of the season.
We'll cancel each other out, won't we?
Yeah, actually, no. Do you know what it is? It's Man United versus Liverpool's the worst game of the season. Liverpool versus Man U is okay because we actually go for it. But when it's at Old Trafford, it's always fucking boring.
Yeah, but it's at you, innit? It's at Liverpool. So.
Oh, it's at Anfield, is
Yeah,
it? All
it's at
right, fair
Anfield.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Like the Manchester Derby at Old Trafford was boring as shit. Like,
Yeah.
But just think how Solskjaer is, what Solskjaer did to that.
He was you crying off camera
in
then.
the world. And he's clueless.
Right, I say,
Haaland's-
lads,
Haaland's
let Paul
getting
say his bit and we wrap it up, will we?
yeah.
I want to get on FM.
Yeah, sound.
Say your bit, so Paul, mate. Go on, finish us up.
Yeah, we lost you, Paul, man. We lost you for ages.
yeah, I sort of died there a little bit. The internet just kind of shitted out, so I had to go onto mobile.
No
So I
worries.
completely lost right.
Well, at least Arsenal won, Dean.
I think the last thing we heard from you, Paul, was Joey Barton.
Oh yeah, Joey Barton, fucking getting the red card there at QPR was the biggest turning point of that match because that had 5 minutes of like getting him off the pitch, and that was the 5 minutes at a time.
He's a psycho when he Joey Barton.
Yeah.
Joey Barton, the ultimate shithouse player, like.
All right,
But,
fair enough. Is that it?
That's true.
that's
Dean.
it.
That's it. All right, lads, will we call it a night?
Yeah, Dean, closing argument for Man United quickly before we go.
Oh, I'm just fed up with it, mate. It's bullshit, isn't it?
Ganky.
We're living in a Man United wonderland.
It's great, isn't it?
Fucking hell, mate. Honestly,
It
I
does
hurts
feel
you,
like
man.
that's a
It hurts
lucky
got
thing.
no words for that. It's just nuts, isn't it? It happens week in, week out.
Oi, Dean, didn't you put on the chat that it was 1-0 to Wolves?
Yeah, it should have been, yeah.
But you put on the chat 1-0 to Wolves. What happened?
Go on, Kev, get in. Don't just take it. Go on the offensive. Tell them about how Tottenham ain't won fuck all again.
No, it's not about us, it's about them. They've been lucky, Kenny. We've been unlucky. We've let in loads of last-minute goals. They're scoring last-minute goals. And they're being like 2-0 down and that. Should be like 5-0
Yeah, and
down.
the worst thing is, Dean, you beat us like, what, 6? Was it
6-1,
6-0 or
yeah.
6-1?
6-1.
How'd that work out for you?
We lost 6-1, but we're still
I
in.
your worst come back to haunt you now. I'm not saying a
It
word.
won't, though. It won't, because you're Spurs and you're doing
Oh,
basically you're doing what Spurs do, and you've got Mourinho. How we have Mourinho.